Hi everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. Welcome to another stream. This is day, I believe, four now. Day four morning session of the athletic portion of the Paris Olympic Games. Yeah, at this particular point, I'm brain dead. So forgive me if I'm not sure which day we're on right now. But yeah, still lots to come in track and field, a lot to look forward to. Let me just tell you real quickly what is up this morning so that you have an idea of what to look forward to. Well, today in general, let me just tell you what's up today. So on at 3:05, which is in a little over 10 minutes, we have the men's 400-meter hurdles heat, and then at 3:10, the discus throw qualification group A begins. The pole vault for women is also on. The men's 400-meter hurdles repechage round begins. Sorry, the women's 400-meter hurdles repechage round begins, as well as the men's 400 meters repechage round. That's 350 and 420, respectively. And then discus qualification B begins at 45. We have the women's 400 meters at 45, and we end the morning session with the 200 meters repechage round that begins at 5:50 a.m. And these are all times quoted from a Jamaican perspective. And for the evening session, what's on? We have starting at 12, the men's pole vault. Then at 12:04, the 3,000-meter steeplechase for the men, the heat. Then at 12:55, the men's 200-meter heat. At 1:30, the women's discus throw final. At 1:45, the women's 200-meter semifinal. At 2:15, the women's 5,000 meters final, and at 2:47, the women's 800-meter final. Let me just quickly check on this thing as a matter of fact, as I'm looking at this women's 800-meter final. It seems as though that appeal. Why, if J3 is not work, not me. If J3 is not work, not me one more time. If them no work, not no more time. Good morning, Chantal. What's up? Hi, Damari. I've got loads of stuff to say about that final. I've had my analyst hat on since the final was done. Hi, Super Toya. What's up? Oh, so sorry. Hey, Brandon. My girl T, I'm so proud of all your hard work. I know it's not easy, but you're killing it, and I'm here to support you. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, sorry, and I'm very appreciative of everybody that is here with me in this early morning, to ride out these wee hours in the morning. You know what I mean? I'm definitely appreciative. So, track and field action begins in, as I said, now we kick things off with the men's 400-meter hurdles. The Mari says he has a lot to say about the finals. My assumption is the men's 100-meter finals. So I suppose we can, just have a little discussion there. What happened major yesterday? Well, no one else. I walked away win in the men's 100-meter final. Absolutely shocking. Yeah, absolutely shocking. It was crazy to witness Noel's running away. Well, not running away, sorry, because it wasn't that big of a gap. But it's so weird sometimes you're watching races on the angle because I saw Noel immediately when he crossed the line and realized that he seemingly crossed the line in front of Kishane Thompson, right? So, given that a PB, he's always seemed to be able to manage to scrape just that little extra, enough to beat you. You know what I mean? Enough to beat somebody, right? And he's definitely a championship performer, and we can't take anything away from Nolan. He definitely stepped up to the plate, given everything. You know what I mean? Still not running as fast as the fastest time in the world. But guess what? That was not required to win the race. You know what I mean? You just have to run fast enough to win the race, right? And he successfully did that with a new personal best, 9.79 seconds. Again, I want to iterate this point. Again, I hear the athletes saying the track is fast, it's bouncy, all these extra stuff. I'm not seeing, I don't believe I've seen any result, of this, super fast track because the times that I saw were pretty much well within expectation as far as concerned. I watched the women's 100 meters, 10.72. I thought Julian Alfred was on the verge of running a personal best anyway, right? And I did believe that, low 10.7s was, the ballpark for her because a lot of people were saying 10.6. I was like, I'm not really seeing 10.6 just yet, but then given the wind that she ran in, it could have been a 10.6 run when you factor that. But as I said, I'm not really getting the vibe that this track is fast. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. And then we have Noah Lodge running, the personal best 9.79. You know what I mean? Kishane was second, 9.79 as well, down to the thousandths of a second. And Fred Curley stepped up as well and ran a 9.81 for the bronze medal. Oblique Seville pulled up with what seems was a injury. Um, I did get some information that he was saying he wanted to do this for his father that had passed on, but he was not able to live up to that expectation because of said injury. You know what I mean? But it's track is when it comes to Nola's, not Nola's, I'm sorry, Oblique Seville. I'm, in two minds about, what's going on with an oblique Seville. I haven't gotten an opportunity to re-watch the race, you know what I mean? So with that said, I don't really have any, really deep thoughts. I'm gonna have to really watch the race again. I'm a sore loser to a certain extent. And you see, when we lose a race that in my mind, I think we, should win. I don't really want to go back and watch it. You know what I mean? I've done it in previous years. I've told you all about this, right? There's a whole year, 2017, that I haven't gone back and watched anything off. So yeah, I tend to get like this. So I'm gonna have to go back and watch again. I kind of just want to put the race behind me and the results. I'm like, okay, child, no other one. Let me put it behind me. I don't even want to see social media because I know social media. The people over there are probably tripping right now with the fact that no one else did win, right? So they're probably dragging us through the mud. They've been waiting all season to drag us, and they're rightfully so. I told you that I watch a lot of anime. And there's one particular saying that, throughout all, whether it's Chinese, Japanese, wherever I'm watching it, there's one particular saying that holds true. And it is the winner is always right. You know what I mean? If you want to be right, just win, right? And in this situation, I can't even be mad, or I don't think people can be mad at Noah, calling himself whatever he wants to call himself, whatever titles he wants to put on himself. We can't because guess what? He won. The winner is right. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about it, typically or genuinely. So I don't really have any feelings about, what potentially will happen going forward in terms of the titles that we may hear getting flung around, right? So yeah, the winner is right in my opinion. If you wanted to stop him, just beat him. Right? We didn't, so we can't stop him from saying whatever he wants to say. Um, I knew Kishan wasn't going to win after his semi. Okay. Let's hear this. His semi didn't look as smooth. Look smooth. That's why I had oblique for the win. Okay. Um, I think his semi looked good. It didn't look as good as Kishin that we probably saw in Jamaica good, right? And that's probably the only difference I would say. Though the time was faster, it probably didn't look as good as that. But it still gave me level with Oblique Seville, you know what I mean? But then Oblique Seville didn't even do what he was supposed to do, child, because of injury, supposedly. So here we are at this particular moment anyway. Um, Hopefully, the informer win her final. Child, stop. You guys need to stop. Hello from Kurdistan, child. Hello. I think Oblique pulled up because Noah Lyles overtook him. I watched the race. I saw the anguish. The anguish didn't give me injury, initially, but then they're saying injury. That is, I know this may sound hard, which is why, I don't really want to discuss it, to be fair, from an Oblique standpoint, because I want to give him, I don't know, I just want to allow him some time to recover from this. But do you remember 2012 with Asafa Powell in that men's 100-meter final? Asafa Powell pulled up with an injury. To this day, I don't care what nobody tells me. Asafa Powell and that supposed injury, he was never injured to me. Like, I don't care how I look back at that race. I never felt Asafa Powell got an injury. You know what I mean? That was a pull up, in my opinion, because you were losing, right? And y'all know how I feel. Even if you're losing, you still run through the line. You know what I mean? You still give it your all. For me, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's your effort. For me, in that moment, right? And I think that told me everything I needed to know about, what was going to go on with Asafa Paul. And he actually did ruin his chances as well in the 4x1, because he said he was injured, and Oblique Civil better make sure he knows what he's doing. Because I remember vividly back in 2012 when Asafa Paul said he was injured, he was still a part of the 4x1, and Jamaica screamed to the top of their lungs and said, Asafa Paul better not run in that relay since you're injured. And Asafa Paul had to withdraw. You understand what I'm saying? So Oblique Civil better be careful what he's doing, because if he's injured for real, sure, no problem. Clearly he can't run. You understand what I'm saying? But if he's not injured and he is making it seem as though he's injured and he may lose the opportunity to run the 4x1, he better be very, very careful. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to tell you, I didn't get, from the initial watch. I'm gonna have to, rewatch it again and again and again to see what happened exactly, but I didn't get injured. Um, them Shannon Sharp talking ish. They won, guys. They have all the bragging rights. We can't say anything. They have all the bragging rights because they won. So the first heat for the men's 400-meter hurdles is on the track. So let me tell you who is in that race. Um, Let me tell you who is in this heat. Sorry. Oh, this is the thing that's in my way. I'm wondering why am I moving my thing. All right, so Jahil Hyde comes up. So apologies. Karen Mamasa is in lane 2. Matik from Slovenia is in lane 3. From Sweden, Carl is there. Lane 4. Bastem Himede is in lane 5. Jai Hyde is in lane 6. Rai Benjamin is in lane 7. And of course, from Japan, Daiki is in lane 8. This is Rai Benjamin's race. I think Kyron McMaster, if he runs his best, he runs good. Because Kyron McMaster kind of runs like this, topsy turvy. So you never know when you're going to get a good run. But I'm expecting him to be second. It's going to be tough for Jahil Hyde because you have people like Matik that have already, not Matic, sorry, Carl from Sweden that have already gone 47 this season. But I'm hoping that Jail can be in top 3. They've told them to stand up, so they're going to reset that start. Jamon, thank you so very much for the 4.99 super chat. Queen Morning, only reason I'm here, I will keep your company. Start work at 12 a.m. yesterday. My vibes cut. I was looking for some 9-6 something that 7 hype me. No, he definitely had more, and he still has more. Guys, remember, and this is why, the races are run, because at the end of the day, you have to execute that best race. Noah Lyles was able to do it, execute his best race on the day. You know what I mean? Most people, actually, a few others, when we talk about like the ones that run national records or season's best, were able to also execute their best race. But what do you know about those people? They've all already been on this stage. They've all already been global medalists at this stage. Some maybe not Olympics, but from a world championship perspective, from the Let Steelies that run a national record. Akani run a national record, though he hasn't medaled individually in the event. He's been in the sport for God knows how long, always making finals, always pretty much fourth. You know what I mean? Fred Curley as well. So these athletes, let me just pause that, comment. Um, so the races of Jail Hyde takes it off, on Ray Benjamin. I'm not really too comfortable with that, but anyway, Ray Benjamin seems to be taking it easy. Kyron McMaster in lane two is running well as well. I'm just hoping that Jail Hyde can maintain this in the last 200. Here comes Kyron McMaster. Ray Benjamin is gliding around the track. Here comes Karen McMaster in lane two. Giles Hyde is still trying to keep up. He's still in pole position for one of those top three positions. I just want his top final 50 to be just as strong. Right, Benjamin glides away. Karen McMaster seems to be in second or third, I think. Yeah, Jahil Hyde is there. Yeah, Jahil Hyde is second. McMaster, better be careful. Okay, so Jahil Hyde makes it in. Good qualification for Jahil Hyde. Let me see the time here. Time. Page. Okay. Let me refresh this. All right. So Ray Benjamin runs 48.82. Jail Hyde runs 49.08, and Karen McMaster runs 49.24. So three advanced automatically. Then they take the next three fastest non-automatic times, and then all other athletes advance to the repechage round for another opportunity to enter the semi-final round. I think it was good running from Jahil Hyde. Very good running from Jahil Hyde. But Rai was very, very easy. Very, very easy. He's looking like definitely, gold medal favorite. But Rai Benjamin, I'm gonna go with the Viking because you kind of made me mad yesterday. So I'm gonna biasly go with the Viking because you were talking ish yesterday about the Jamaicans. So I'm gonna go with the Viking. Back to what I was saying. So if you noticed about most of the people that were in the finals, actually all the people that were in the finals, is that they all have been at this level already, right? And have competed. So they have that experience, right? At that global stage. Kishane doesn't. What I realized in Kishane's final was that he got the worst start. One, he was able to run back, right? So that tells you that his mind is in the right space. So even when you don't get the best start, you still try to make what you can of the race. You know what I mean? He did make what he could of the race, ran super fast, 9.79, not the fastest he's ever gone, clearly, right? But we saw him tighten up, high pressure situation, right? He sees where he is in the field and is pushing, you know what I mean? And when you push your body, hard sometimes, clear, that's when you tighten up because you're supposed to be relaxed, and that's when you're able to, execute your fastest race. But given how bad his start was, you can understand the panic in his mind probably when he's like, oh my god, this wasn't a good start, I have to go, you know what I mean? So you have to take those things into consideration as well. And again, he clawed himself back into things, into first place, literally, and Noah Lyles just came through like a rocket on the outside, literally, and snipped him by the thousands, you know what I mean? We can take into consideration, the fact that Noah has actually had a good dip as well. So those are things that you tend to learn over time as well. That when you're in a race, you do all these things. I remember back in the day, I always had an issue with Sharon Simpson not dipping. You know what I mean? It's like she was always, this record dip, something like this she used to do, where everybody else like them want spread out. You know what I mean? So he's gonna realize that, okay, this is what not only have to, be possible to execute your best race, but you never know who's coming up on you as well. So you have to make sure that you are dipping as well. So all these things, Jackie, he will learn in time. He'll get more accustomed to. I'm definitely appreciative, as I said, of his second place. I'm happy that he medaled because, guys, that was an amazing finals. That was the first, race in history. Given even Oblique Civil running 991, right? That was the first race in history at the Olympic Games. I don't recall World Championships right now, but anyway, that has gone. All athletes have gone top 10. It was a crazy fast race. So I loved that we were able to pull something off there, pull off a silver. Yes, we wanted the gold, you know what I mean? But you know what? We got silver and I'm happy. I'm definitely happy. So yeah. Um See, we're going LA Olympics, mister. I wish next month Olympics again. No, we need a break after this fluffy ever time. We need a break. I need a break after this, man. I'm concerned. We have some problems in LA because America will treat us unfair. I've been thinking about that as well, but all eyes will be on them, so I'm hoping that they don't mess around. You know what I mean? Hey, Dion. Hey, Kamala. He's injured. You can see his face. He is distraught. Um, Again, I need to rewatch the race when it comes to oblique Seville. I can understand the distraught, but for me, when I watched it, that distraught wasn't an injured distraught. That distraught was I didn't do what I was supposed to do. Distraught. You know what I mean? That's literally the vibe I got. But again, I need to rewatch it because to be fair, the whole time I was watching what Kishane was doing, I was watching what Fred Curley was doing, and of course Noah coming through on the outside. So I barely, got a real opportunity to look at a oblique Seville like that in depth. I need to just look at it some more. Maybe I will see, the injury, but that's not the initial, vibe that I got. Um Boy, me wake up and still vex. Oh God, Nakisha week. No, guys, we got silver. We have to be happy for that. As soon as Fred pulled up next to Kishane, he tensed up. You could see clear on his face, most likely due to Frano keeping him locked in Jamaica, running against sea-level athletes. Well, he did run, against high-class athletes last year, so it's not his first time, facing a field like that. But I will say it's his first time facing a field like that at the Olympic Games. So yes, the pressure is different. I saw a lot of people also saying that when you don't execute your full race, you don't know when to execute your full race. You know what I mean? Or you don't know what it feels like. And that's something I've talked about in the past as well. That's why I've always had issues with, even Oblique Civil himself not finishing a race because I was like, you don't know what your peak is because you never finish your race. So I see a lot of people saying that, hey, this is probably the same thing that, Shane experienced because he's never had to run a full race all season until that moment. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things that can be fixed going forward, but we still got a silver. So with all those, things that we're looking at that could be fixed, we still got a silver. That's amazing, right? All right, second final, semi-final off. Warholm is in this one. Warholm, gets his typical, awesome first 200. He's gone out in that first 100 like a rocket. Um, he has the lead there. Let's see what he's going to do in the final 200 if he's just going to take it easy. I hope he does. Or I'm not sure if this is probably trying to run himself into better shape because he has a tendency of doing that as well, where he will do his rounds hard because he's trying to, get himself in the best shape ever for the final. Now he's easy. Okay, so he's cruising home. Who's that? The French athlete on the outside is challenging. So that is it. Warholm takes it, 47.58. Not as I don't want to say slow because Rai was so easy in his race. You know what I mean? Clearly much faster than Rai's race, but also more effort put in. But then again, his running style is also very different. You know what I mean? So that's what happened there. Um, and in addition, the final was the first race Kishane would run 100% all season when he's used to shutting down right. So that's what I was saying as well. So there are a lot of things that clearly need fixing, but if you can see all these errors and he still runs a 9.79, that just tells you the caliber of the person. And again, this is his first outing, a silver medal. We have to be happy. We have to be happy. Um, Did he suddenly become injured after Noah Lyles overtook him? And for oblique civil, I 100% believe if he wasn't injured, he would have won. Not run in a sub 10.991 when injured is phenomenal. Right. So that 991, if he is indeed injured, is amazing. But again, my initial thoughts looking at that race, that's not what I got. So I'm in two minds about it. Um, Oblique didn't say he was injured in his after interview. I think Oblique pulled up because no overtook him. He looked annoyed, not injured. So yeah, I saw the distraught look on his face, but that wasn't distraught because he was injured. That was because he didn't do what he was supposed to do. That was frustration in himself. You understand what I'm saying? So again, I'm gonna need to go back and look again, but I didn't get injured. Um, I don't know what you was watching, but the Sportsmax interview, he said he was injured. He went to Dr. Magic Hands for a comeback. Yeah. So leading into the Olympic Games, we knew he was carrying a niggle. He carried that niggle out of the national championships, actually. So we know that, right? That is a fact, right? But injured in the race itself, I'm not sure. Hey Black African, what's up? Hey Kamala, what's good? Kishen, job well done. Yeah, I thought you would have made a video dedicated to Kishen. Guys, I did make a video talking about the men's 100 meters and Noah has won. So he's on the thumbnail, you know what I mean? I did discuss Kishen and how awesome, he did and how proud I am of him as a Jamaican. You know what I mean? So yeah, Jamaica need to stop it. 50 years on this earth, seen a lot of Olympics, and see, tell me if I'm lying. What they say every time a male or female win the 100 meter, they don't always say the fastest in the world. Yeah, no, for the Olympics. They don't always say no. They don't always say it, but I've heard it for the World Championships. That's for sure. Jamal, thank you for the 9.99 super chat. I appreciate it. Absolutely. So no, I haven't heard it for the Olympics, but as I said, I watch a lot of anime, and there's a popular proverb where they say, the winner is always right. So if Noah Lyles wants to call himself the fastest in the world, the fastest on the planet, we can't say ish because he won. You know what I mean? We just have to keep it pushing. If we want to say those things about ourselves and give ourselves self titles and self claim all these things, then we win. You know what I mean? Shut him out, right? That's just how I feel because as far as I'm concerned, if we won, we'll be talking all abaga ish. Right, we'll be all over the place gloating and rubbing it in every American's face. So if they feel like they need to do that, then they have all the bragging rights to do so. Oblique is injured, but he also tensed up. Why so many injuries? He had an injury before leading in. I think Oblique needs to look into getting a mental coach. Yeah, so that's my thing. I don't think he executed his best race again in a global final, and I think that's the crux of the issue. Um, Hey, Leon, what's up? Oblique said he aggravated his groin injury from the trials. He said he tried to push but couldn't. Give him some grace. I am actually giving him some grace, you know what I mean? But I'm just letting you guys know my honest thoughts. Um, me want runway. Try tired of Noah on my timeline. Look here, me not open my Twitter all now. Me make up my mind so me not open it because me no want have no my heart about me this morning. Yes, things happen because Oblique seemed to be loving it. Beating Noah a few weeks back and in the heats and the semi. So no, in the final there wasn't a problem. I think he pulled up. The J3A should have had been in camp since Budapest. I would have got something sorted out. Hmm? I don't understand that, Mary. Yes, he did say he was in his injury reoccurred. Top duty. That's why he couldn't push or go any faster. We love Oblique and just want the best for him. We know he's injured and hope he recovers and gets some rest. If you see him once he crossed the line, he let out a scream as if he was holding in pain, and Kishane helped him up. Yeah, I saw when Kishane helped him up, for sure. Um, I did see that. All right, so the third semifinal, I'm going to talk about semifinal. Third heat, sorry, is on the track. In this one, Alison Dos Santos is there, CJ Allen from America, um, Coppola from Turkey is also in this one. Okay, let's see. Okay, so Alison Dos Santos has pretty much, you know, made up the stagger on the inside person already. So he looks to be leading. The athlete from America, CJ Allen, seems to be running well as well. The athlete from Switzerland, Bonvin, is running good as well. But Alison Dos Santos is just gliding around. CJ Allen is doing well as well. Dos Santos looks like he's about to come off, in the lead. He does. CJ Allen is in second, and the Italian, no, sorry, the Estonian Rasmus is in third. Ooh, he's challenging CJ Allen. He does. All right, so it is Dos Santos, Rasmus, and CJ Allen. Let's look at the times. The times. So, oh no, what? Dos Santos ended up third. He slowed down way too much. Child, what the heck? All right, so Rasmus Maggie from Estonia, 48.62. CJ Allen from the United States of America, 48.64. And Alonso Dos Santos, 48.75. See that slowing down? That slowing down, man. Again, keep rest second slash third place spots that these top performers finish in. Because when it comes to the seeding in the semifinal, we're going to potentially see a really stacked 400-meter hurdles semifinal where you could have potentially had, because let's say there are three really good people right now, you would say, yeah? So there is Warholm, there is Rai, and then there is the Santos, right? So there's that. So given the fact that they're expected to win their heats, win it comfortable as well, possibly even in the fastest times you would get for each round, potentially they'll be seeded across different semis, right? But no, the Santos is gonna end up in a semi with either Rai or what's the next one? Carston. Oh, the discuss qualification has begun. Ralph Mullins has already thrown in his first attempt 65.18 meters. To qualify to the finals, you have to automatically throw 66 meters. So he's very close to automatically qualifying. Wow. Ralph has definitely turned up here. I love it. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. Um, Lucas from as automatically qualified already in his first attempt. He threw a 66.72. But again, the Jamaican is in a good positioning right now, just off the first throw. Travis Michael has had his first throw as well, but he's in 10th. He has thrown 59.18 meters. Um, Wounds are hard to heal. One school of thought is that the only way to fix it is surgery. See, this is the worst Olympic Games. Can you explain why? Um, in a post-race interview, Frano said Kishin had some hamstring issues after the semis, and they had to work on him. Okay, good hearing that info. See, not self-title and mistype. The 100 winners always get the fastest title in the world. So right, no, but I have no issue with them saying that, because I do believe that the winner is always right. You know what I mean? If you want to stop people from saying, things, you know what I mean, just beat them. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel. So, as things stand right now, no one else can gloat all the way up to 2028, and nobody can say anything about it. And I mean, there's possibly a chance. So Ralph is only 21. Just remember, he's so young. What I was saying. So next year, I mean, there's a chance to beat him at the World Championships. You know what I mean? So we can probably take away some of that gloating, that he has. But for now, we're living in no one else's world. It's a tough world to live in, but it's his world nonetheless. Honestly, I only watch your video and the Sportsmax interview. No other reactions or coverages. Me can't take it. LOL. Me can't take it. I'm gonna have to get into the mind frame to understand that I'm doing commentary, and I have to be able to provide accurate information. So to do that, I have to watch even what I don't want to watch again. You know what I mean? As much as it's paining me, I'm gonna have to go back and watch it, numerous times. You know what I mean? From numerous angles as well. So I really want to see NBC's coverage as well, because I like how they always give me different camera angles, right? So I need to search up all the different feeds that are available and just watch to see what my real thoughts are on, what is going on. Um, oh, the J3 should have had me in the camp since Budapest. I would have got some things started out. Absolutely, Damari. You have all the numbers crunched. You would have been able to get them right, get them situated. I may be 15, but I know what I'm talking about. LOL. I know you know, Damari, for sure. Um, Lord dos Santos nearly did a Shericka. Yeah, him nearly do a Shericka. You have to be careful. And as I said, those semis, did I lose power? What just happened? This light just randomly switched to this green thing. Just press the lights in the middle. I don't know. Did we lose power? Am I still live? I don't know what happened. Okay, that was scary. Um, it's the wrong color. Why is it doing that? It's like it's fading in and out. Is it plugged in properly? Yeah. It's fading. See, it's switching colors. It's doing crazy things. And that's the one we just bought, right? Yeah. Child. What a waste of money. Um, I love her lives. Much love from the US. Thank you, Megalodon. I appreciate it. Kishan did well. We are cheering him on, also along with Noelas. Yeah, Noelas did his thing. He did his thing. Opinions, T, are not facts. If his groin injury reoccurred, he would not be able to apply pressure or go any faster. No, Navlet, I'm not saying what I'm saying are facts. I'm telling you my opinion. That's literally what I said, my opinion. I never said it was factual. I said my opinion. I'm not going to rewatch the race until December. I have to rewatch it, sadly, multiple times too. Hopefully Nikisha, Hamza, Rashid, or Jadon can give us a gold. And then when I think about, the potential injury again, and that's why I'm saying I don't really want to settle on injury for oblique seville, because that also affects the 4x1. You understand what I'm trying to say, guys? So what are we saying? Oblique seville can't apply any pressure, when he's running, which means that he can't give us a good leg on the 4x1, which means that we shouldn't have oblique seville on the 4x1. Is that what y'all are telling me? Is that what y'all are telling me right now in this particular moment? Given the fact that we are having so much issues with Shericka, Shelly, and Fraser Price, every turn we turn, there's a different situation. Rashawn Clark is on the track now, so let's see what happens in his semi. Heat. He has with him Wilfred Hapio. Child, this should be his race. This should be definitely Rashawn's race for sure. So let's see. Let's see. The Kenyan has gone out very hard. Very hard. As well as who's that on his inside? The French athlete Hapio as well has gone off well. Let's see. Hapio may come off the turn in the lead, but Rashawn is just going to respond to that. Yeah, Rashawn has realized he's there and just just injected a little bit more speed, right, to ensure that he's covered him and come off the turn in front, which he's done, right. The Kenyan is also still there. The Nigerian is coming, right. But yeah, Rashawn qualifies pretty easy. Still a lot to clean up, I would say, technically, but he looks much better than he did in Jamaica, so I'm appreciative of that. He's learning the event as time passes more and more. We let's not forget he's very young, right? So he's definitely learning the event. He'll get better over time. But that was a 48-1 qualification from Rashawn Clark. Ezekiel Nathaniel from Nigeria was a 48.38, and Wilfred Hapio from France was 48.42. Those are the athletes that automatically qualified to the semifinal. And remember, they take top three in each heat plus the next three fastest non-automatic qualifying times, and then everybody else goes to a repechage round where they have another shot at qualifying to the finals. Um, Hopefully, Nikisha, Hansel. Where did I have my goals coming from? So I had my goal from Shericka. Well, Shericka was supposed to give me two child. Nothing happened there. We're not getting any medals actually in the women's sprint. So that's two goals down. I was supposed to get one from Nikisha, and I was thinking that the men's hurdles would give us one, and Akira would give us one. So I think that from an individual perspective, we have three more opportunities for a gold. The men's 100-meter hurdles, though they didn't look that special in their heat, I believe they'll turn things up a notch once they get to the next round. So as I said, the hurdles is one. There's two hurdles. Sprint hurdles are events that we can possibly get a gold in. Again, Akira, whether it's Rashid or Hansel, split the difference. It's still Jamaica gold. And Nikisha Price. Those are the events that I had gold for. Now, Jaden can indeed give us a gold as well. My thing with Jaden on competing this season was I like the fact that he wasn't competing with the major guys, and we just talked about Kishane, not competing against the top flight athletes this season, not needing to push his body, right, to that level. And it's the same thing with Jadon. He's never needed to push his body all season. So will he be able to push his body to that ultimate level in this competition? It's left to be seen. Given that a few of the guys have already jumped 18 meters already, that happened at the European Championships, right? So again, I didn't really like his competitions this season. He may, just step in and, do absolutely great. But there's also that, thought in my mind that, hey, he hasn't pushed his body. Will he be able to do that here? You know what I mean? I do have him for a medal though. Um, Price will do well. She's a great talent for sure. Yeah, I'm hoping that things go to plan with her. Him chest very high. Him say him need shoes in his name. I mean, why not? Why not? He lives in America where, most of the top global, global stars have shoes in their name. So why not? Dante, pay your light bill. If my light bill never pay more than a total darkness. Yes, Jamon, I'm live. Oblique said he wasn't sure about the release either. Oh, God, nobody stress me out. That's what happened. Civil might miss the 4x1. Could that grimace he gave as he took off his shoe after the semi be an indication of injury when the injury first? Well, that has nothing to do with the groin. And as far as I'm concerned, the thought process when he took off his shoe was that the track was hot, and he, winced because he touched it with his bare foot and was like, "Ouch, ouch!" That was the original thought process. But then that will be speaking to two separate injuries. So there'll be something with his foot, and then there'll be something with his groin. You know what I mean? So again, which is it? We have to pick one. Um, it's just a bad Olympics for us. Our relays are just gonna be in a mess. I'm not looking for anything else. Just the closing ceremony. Yeah, our relays are all over the place right now. I don't even know what's happening. Do you see any goals coming our way? I'm looking but can't see. The 400 is one in my mind. The women's 100-meter hurdles is one, and the men's 100-meter hurdles. I'm hoping. Though we did see Grant Holloway and he looked in spanking form, right? But yeah. Clark won his heat. Yes, he did. He won 48.17. That was the time he clocked. Clark needs to go to the US and get trained with real hurdles coaches. I'm getting high vibes from him. Okay, I thought that, some time ago, but given the fact that he's much younger, I want to give him time to adjust. Mike James King comes up now. I'm excited for him for sure. Let me just give you who he's with in this race. And this is the last heat. So Malik James King is in lane two. Who is here with him? This should be his race for sure. I don't really see anybody challenging him. I mean, the Qatar athlete can. I mean, Qatar always has some athletes that will do, well, in these events. But I'm thinking that this is Malik's race for sure. So let's see how this goes. And I love his final 200. He's very strong in that final two. So not only is he strong in the first two, but he's strong, in that final, which is when you need to be strong, yeah, for sure. So the race is off. Malik is in lane two. So let's see how that goes. One person pulled up. So Malik, right now has made up the stagger on the inside, but we can't really tell because he's in lane two, but he's running really hard. Oh my gosh, the Qatar athlete fell, so another athlete out in this race. So two athletes pulled up. Well, to be fair, to make it to the repechage round, you have to actually finish the race. So I don't know if that Qatar athlete is going to be in. He's probably going to have to get up and run. But the other one, I'm not sure what's happening since the camera is not on him. But Malik has come in the final 100 in the lead, as I thought, running really good. Goes away with the win. He runs 48-21. So good running from him. Good blowout from Malik. He's been waiting for his event to start, and he's like, let's get this going. Let's get this going. Good run, Malik. Good run. Um. Okay, right. About Restaurant Clark now. So yeah, I was thinking the same thing, but because he's so young, I'm like, let's give him some time to see if he'll be able to clean up technically over the hurdles. But that will be a requirement because wasted movement over the hurdles is a no-no, especially given what we're seeing, the world doing. Not only for the men, but clearly for the women as well. And one thing we note, I mean, other than Karsten, I don't think Carson has the best hurdling technique for sure. You know what I mean? But I do think that if you want to be successful, you have to be a great technical hurdler, right? You have to be good over the event. So with that being said, there's a lot of room for improvement for Rashawn. But as I said, he has the time to do it. So I'm hoping that his coach, will be able to get him there, for sure. Are you really live? Clark just won his 400-meter hurdles. I think we're forgetting that Kishane is injury prone, so he had to race sparingly this season. Yes, there's also that. I have no issues with how he was racing sparingly this season. The thought process is that he's never run all out, right? So even when he came out, he never ran all out. So none of the races he give his full efforts in. You know what I mean? So that's the thought process. It's not necessarily that he had to do it against, world class athletes, but the fact that he didn't do it any at all, right? Everybody's injured. Yeah, we are, or most of our athletes are carrying niggles here and there. But to be fair, they do say that the athletes are never 100%. So there's that. Um, Oblique was grimacing after the semi. I did see that, but the thought process again was that because he took off his shoe and he touched the hot track, that's why he grimaced. But that speaks to a whole other problem. So is he having a foot issue as well? Does he have two injuries? What's the story here? We still have a few good athletes left to perform. Yeah, I do think we have opportunities to win goals for sure. Um, So now they're gonna start the repechage rounds for what's that? The women's 400-meter hurdles trial. Let me go back to the timetable. Um Right. So the women's 400 meters repechage round now, 400-meter hurdle, sorry, repechage round is about to begin. No Jamaican is in this. So yeah. No, I'm not giving up on our athletes. Not at all. I'm not giving up on our athletes at all. Um, I thought that was because he took off his specs and realized the track was hot. Right, so we can't just be randomly throwing things out, guys, and saying that these things were injuries. Was it an injury? That means he has two injuries then. You know what I mean? So, I don't like just running with injury just because we see something. I want it to be said very clearly that this is an injury. Um, yeah, but I may be wrong. That was never officially confirmed. It could have been the first indication, and maybe the injury got more serious the more he left it. Yeah, but that grimace happened because, well, maybe when he put his foot down, he affected his groin. Yeah, that could be it. You never know. But it means the thing in relation to any groin. You know what I mean? If anything, it was indicating something foot related, right? So I don't know. Malik James King won, right? So Malik won, Rashawn won, and Jahil was second. Jahil ran with Rai. Travis Michael 65.91. Okay, let me go back to the discuss. Um, okay. So there are three athletes now that have automatically qualified. Alekna is one, Denny is another, and Lucas. And then no, Travis Michael and Ralph Mullins are fourth and fifth in this particular qualification round. So remember, there's A and B, right? So it's best to get the automatically qualifying mark, rather than live on the bubble, because remember the second group B is supposed to come, right? Group B comes up a little bit later. So that dwindles down your chances, given if you're living on the bubble, as I said. So I love these 65.91s from Travis Michael and 65.18 to look like a 66 to automatically be in the finals. But I love the qualification from them so far. The attempt so far, I'm liking it. And you know what? If there's one thing I appreciate out of this Olympic Games, is realizing that Jamaica is getting so strong in the field events now. That's literally what it's showing me, because two of our three medals have already come from the field events, and there's more slated to come from the field events, right? So field events are looking better than the track right now. Guys, please remember to hit the like. I always forget to say that. Please remember to hit the like, share it as well with your family, friends, everybody. Just share, 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 share. And if you realize, guys, my flag is no longer up because I ripped it down yesterday to show us that I must be mad, and I think me now celebrate my Kishin silver medal. But I had a tack holding it up, and I've been searching for the tack and can't find it. So I don't have it up. I'll try to see if I can find it and put it back up. Um And I have to ask why they held them the start for so long. Right. So them holding the start as well, I do think that it probably made the situation worse for them. It kind of calmed my nerves after a while, when it kept going and going and going. I was no longer nervous. You know what I mean? But I suppose for the athletes themselves, it just made things worse for them, because it just kept going and going and going and going, like it would never end. And I'm like, when is this race gonna start? You know what I mean? So that in itself probably played on the minds of a few of the athletes, and they were not able to execute their best race. Um, and then the opening ceremony was blasphemous. Child, let's not even get into that opening ceremony. I don't know what that. See, race around Jamaica is doing well. Yes, Jamaica is doing well. The 400-meter hurdles. is over. The heat, that is, all Jamaicans have made it through to the semi-final round, looking pretty good, I have to say. Rashawn Clark won his heat. So did Malik James. Jahil Hyde was only second in his heat because he ran with Ray Benjamin. See, do you realize a lot of athletes this year from many countries are injured or are getting injured at the games? Yes, and I think somebody said to me yesterday, I don't know if it was Damari that said to me yesterday, could it be the fact that we are having so much back-to-back championships and the athletes' bodies are just not able to hold up? Possibly. But I also have a different thought process as well because I've always wondered why, when it comes to track and field, it's the only sport that doesn't have a championship every year. Every other sport, every year these people are competing, high level, high tier. Maybe it's not the Olympic Games or the World Championships, but that's the highest level for us. All of these other little, well, I don't want to say little, but all of these other sports, right, have their own, world championships. You have world championships in swimming, world championships that doing whatever else, right? Or even if you just look at an NBA from a basketball perspective, right? They're not necessarily competing, I suppose, globally like that, but they're competing domestically, year in, year out, right? So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about track and field, not, doing it the same. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's harder on track athletes than any other athletes to compete, year in, year out, because honestly, all these sports, you have to train your body, you have to push your body to the ultimate limit, to be fair. So I'm not sure what the actual difference is, why it's so hard for track versus other events. Um, Smike automatically qualified. No. Okay, great. I'm hoping that they show his throw on the screen. I'm not seeing that, guys. I don't see any automatic qualification from Smike here. So I still see his 65.91. The automatic qualification mark is 66 meters. Only 3 athletes so far have thrown the automatically qualifying standard. So that is to the final. Um, Hey Christina, what's up? The time in France is 10:42 a.m. and the temperature in Paris is 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Very nice weather. T. Clark doesn't have as much time as you think. Technique is muscle memory to a degree. Agreed. Agreed, which is why I've been thinking about it for a while, and which is why I was even mentioning it. I'm sure you heard me talking about it during the trials that, hey, the technique wasn't techniquing. He was all over the place, very, very messy, and that makes you run much slower because you're too much wasted movement. Um, See, you notice the first Noah run at 100 meters full. He always have to play catch up. First time I think got a good start. Yes, he got a really good start. And what I appreciate as well with Noah Lyles, and which is why I said we can't even hate on him, because a lot of these athletes were having good executions from their heat, semi, got to the finals, it didn't really work out possibly. But for most of them it did, because a lot of them run national records, as I said, our season's best, right? But when it came to Noah Lyles, his heat was horrible. But what you noticed is that his semi-final, he got incrementally better. By the time he got around to finals, he was starting, he was popping out with everybody. You know what I mean? So again, you have to give the man credit. You have to give the man credit. He did what he needed to do to win. Let's move from the 100 and talk about it after these races. Malik James King won his heat. Yeah, I did discuss Malik James King when he ran. So yeah. Um, Jamaicans are doing well in the discus. Travis just threw 65, yes. So Travis threw 65.91. Not automatically qualified just yet, but he is fourth right now in Pool A, right? And you either have to automatically qualify by throwing 66 meters or be in the top 12, right? I don't really like living on the bubble, but usually, typically, um, you don't find every athlete throwing the automatic distance. So Even if they don't hit the mark, I do foresee them getting into the finals. But I don't like to live on the bubble, as I said, because there's one more pool to come, and you never know what will happen in that pool. Jamaica has three Olympic medals so far in the Olympics. They have two silver and one bronze. Slowly but surely, yep. You cannot be the fastest and other fastest men still living. Again, if you want to be right, beat Noah Lyles. The winner is right. That's just how I feel. I'm moving on with my life. Whatever Noah Lyles wants to say, we're just gonna have to live with it. We should have whooped his ass when we had the opportunity. um, they said somebody was walking onto the track. I didn't hear that on my feed. I have my headset on so I can still hear what they're saying. Out of 61 countries, yeah, we're 44. I did check the medal table, so yes, we're 44th. But as I wait for one goal so we can shoot up the ranking to be here, because the reason why we're so far down is because we don't have any goals yet. But one goal will really push us up. I will come and listen to you, T, watching the current races elsewhere. Thank you, Itinia, Itinia. Guys, it's leap year. Oh, and there's that. My mother always says to me that leap year is bad luck year. She always says it to me. She says, wherever you're going, whatever you do, be careful because it's a leap year. Oh, Lord. If the event is better than the track, that's not good for Jamaica. That's a bad sign. No, no, that's no red flag because you can look and see that for the track events, for a lot of them are our stalwarts that have been really carrying Jamaica for years on end, and now they're literally on the their career, and they're literally phasing out, you'd say, right? And then when you look at the athletes that are coming behind them, they're literally just stepping in. They're really good, but they're just stepping in. So we have a lot of young talent coming. They may not be ready this year. Let's look at Atia, right? Fastest so far this year, 10.86, right? That's absolutely amazing. So it wasn't good enough this year to make her medal, but by next year, the year after that, what do you no? There's nothing wrong with her sprinting. Let's look at the men. Kishane, Oblique, all the mania. They're very, very young. Akeem, Brian Lavelle, they're all very, very young, right? And if you look at the people that are quote unquote beating them or beat them, look at Noah Lyles. These men have been in this thing for so long. The Fred Curleys, they've been around for a while. They've been to major championships on numerous occasions as well. So I don't want to say this is a red flag, any at all for sprints, because I see a lot of young people coming up for sure. Look at the Gary cards as well. There's so many people coming up for Jamaica. It just didn't happen for us this year because either the stalwarts unfortunately were injured and the young people were just too young, right? But we're definitely still in the conversation for the sprints, and then for other events, Nikisha Price, 400, very young. She'll be around for a while. The hurdles, that is the event that we stay having people in, turning over rapidly, over and over and over again, right? Brittany Anderson was leading the way just recently with the national record, you would say, at the Olympic Games. Was it the Olympic Games? No, no, sorry, that was the World Championships. I was watching medal. Silver at the World Championships, but she was the former national record holder, right? Before that, it was Daniel Williams, right, in 2019, right? And then, of course, she's the double gold medalist from the World Championship as well. Now, in 2024, it's Akira Nugent. By the time we sprint next year, it's probably Shericka Hill. You know what I mean? So we have people that are coming up and people that are really, really good. Same thing for the men's hurdles, right? A lot of young people coming up. Which event? I think the only event that we have a lot of growing to do in is the men's 200. But just to be real, when I look at the Brian level coming through, all of a sudden, guys, you just have to look, and all of a sudden, you see man runs up 20 again. All of a sudden, more than one, three, four, five. You know what I mean? So it just takes one, and then all of a sudden, you just see them popping up all around the place. So I'm not really concerned. I don't see any red flags with our sprinting. This is just one year, one season. It is what it is. We just have to brush off ourselves and pick ourselves up. I don't think we should just broad brush it and say, oh, because things didn't really look so hot this year. This is what it's going to be every year. No, I don't. I don't think so. Yes, see, it was me, and it was me who told you about Rashid and Grant in the same heat. Yeah. See, you think about the 26 Budapest World Ultimate Championship starting? Actually, no, my brain has stretched so far, Damari, at all. At all. I tend to live a day at a time. Day at a time. I would return and listen to you, T, going to listen elsewhere to get the latest. All right, ma'am. A lot of witchcraft going on at the Olympics, from opening ceremony, using that stick to stomp at the start of the day, ringing the bell to the darkness, oh, and falling angel lightning before the 100-meter race. Child, are someone coming to pick up? I don't know, maybe because I'm not in tune to these things that I don't think about it, right? I literally don't think about any kind of dark things. So because I don't see it, I'm literally oblivious to it. No, because I don't think about it, I'm oblivious to it. But if you're saying it, child, I guess. Noah said he liked being next to Oblique, so he could try to go with him. Well, he definitely did that. People ask God Almighty to cover us and our athletes as we are watching. So guys, still doing the women's 400-meter hurdles repechage round. As I said, there's no Jamaican in it. T, what's your sport? You are way behind. Which your sport should I watch? Because that's the question. Which your sport? See, the body for the track athlete can't hold up to that stress every year. Other sports, especially team sports, the athletes can rest during competition. Okay, I agree that they can rest during competition, but they're on the pitch, for longer. They're on the court for longer. Whatever they're doing, they're there for longer. So I don't agree. Even let's just be clear. Forget the track running. The marathoners are running year in, year out. There's a marathon championship every year, all about the place. So, and they're running these high level competitions year in, year out. There's no break, there's no stop, there's no nothing. This is every year. So, I don't agree, objectivity. Or you have to go explain to me a different way, because I don't agree. See, you see them talking and making fun of the France pole vaulter? No, I don't. Right now, the hurdles is on track. So maybe my feet is behind. The field athletes are now shining, and that's a great sign. I don't know why persons think that only tracks is important. We will rise to the highest again. Yeah, I think. See, what you think about Natalia Gould? I think she should rest 800 meters and try for. I think she was in great shape. I just think she ran tactically a poor race, and then she was shoved as well, which it seems as though the appeal didn't go through. Let me look. Let me see if we can. I've been trying to stay away from Twitter. Lord God, Stephen Francis come out and say Paris Olympics is the worst by far. Lord of God. Let me see if we can play this here, so. Which part this come from? Come, me can't bother with some of them people here, no, cause me no want play nothing, and nobody a come tell me nothing, and I come copyright me, and that me no want, guys, I swear to you. But let me take this off, because I want to hear what Fran said at the same time you guys are hearing it. So let me share. So they're still showing the discuss, share. Um,
Eight Olympics.
The Olympics has been very weird. It has certainly been the worst I've ever been to, and it's from the warm up area to the training tracks to how they operate inside the stadium. It's all very
It's the worst.
amateurish.
Amateurish.
So,
But you say it's the worst you've been in. How you have been to at least eight Olympics. And this is the worst. Paris is your worst Olympics.
but it has a long, long way. Not even close. The Olympics has been very weird.
That's very telling. By a long, long way. Very amateurish. And that is what I thought. Let me pause. And that is what I thought when Shirley and Fraser Price and Shakira Richardson, as well as other athletes that were outside, were barred from entering the track. That was very, very amateurish. Who randomly changes a rule about which gate you can enter just because the difference is you are an athlete that stays at the village versus an athlete that stays outside of the village, right? Shouldn't all athletes be treated the same? Right, whether or not you come in a team bus coming from the athlete village or you come from your own private vehicle or wherever you come from, however you get there, you should be able to access all the same areas that all the other athletes that are able to access. So what Paris are trying to do, because them feel like say people so is it that information has been disseminated across the world where they see it now trending across the world, so everybody of course but the athlete village, and some people have to move out of the athlete village. So then back to the athlete them know where move out of the athlete village and know them make life hard for them. Is that it? Is that it? It's very, very amateurish at this particular point. No, I haven't heard any other, instances from persons, inside the stadium, at least athletes, what they've experienced. But, clearly he's saying, based on everything that's going on, it's very amateurish, right? So, child, this is an absolute mess. This is a mess. See, unless the athlete state is not injured, then there will be speculation, and the athletes are hardly sane. Brano is correct. Where's at Olympics? Look here, this is an absolute mess. I love your optimism and positivity, especially as far as the upcoming young Jamaican athletes are. Yeah, this is just one season, guys. We can't use that on broad brush while go coming in the future. Um, you need to see the entire interview, T. You would need to get the full context. Let me see if I can keep looking on Twitter to see the full interview. And I don't remember the name of her channel. I think she's on YouTube. But she's the one that interviewed, I believe, Johan Blake recently as well, right? But I don't remember the name of her channel. But yeah, I'm gonna keep looking to see if I see. What did I go over on Twitter to find again? Natalia Gould. Oh, Natalia Gould. Let me just double check this whole Natalia Gould thing, and then I Natalia. Okay, let me see what they said about her. Okay. So Jamaica files second protest over Natalia Gould topping after athlete bumped in Paris. Okay. I'm not seeing anything. Jamaica's team management has filed a second protest um, after the race referee rejected the initial protest. So the initial protest was rejected. Let me see if I can get this story up and read it, child, to see what they think. So, um, The Jamaica officials reportedly approached the race referee, arguing that the bump on Gould topping breached race rules. The Jamaican team presented the officials with the official rule book to argue their case. However, the referee reportedly rejected the Jamaicans' reasoning, sticking with their initial decision. This has forced Jamaican officials to file a second protest. Gould topping will now wait on a decision on her 800-meter finals participation. When did this article come out? This article came out. So we're still doing rubber charge round. This is the third heat. So I think this is the third and final heat. This article came out at what time? Oh, 12 hours ago, child. So shouldn't we have the information by now? I'm not seeing any latest. Okay, so this is what Natalia Gould had to say. So we filed a protest because I was clearly impeded, and they are saying that I'm responsible for whoever that is coming from behind me and run on the inside and push me so that I lose my momentum. Please tell me how that makes sense. What? So you have eye in the back of your head now, so you can stay from behind you and see what happens. Remember, it's the actor that is coming from behind you that can see you and see say you're there and shove you out of the way. You don't know so they might come to push you. What are these people saying? Lord have his mercy. No, sir. No, sir or ma'am. I can't with these people. Paris now was not nagging. Paris now was not nagging. I don't care what nobody wants to say. In that them now was not track and field related again. All the world championship that was supposed to come up for Paris, we're not coming. We're not coming. We're not going. We not going. Okay. So Stephen Francis. That's what I need to do now. Search Stephen Francis so that I can see the full interview. Stephen Francis. All right, latest. I don't know. Sometimes it's like a Twitter full of be a foolish. Some people can just post some bot on Twitter or post nonsense. So like when I go into latest, like it doesn't give me latest. I have to be over at top. And I don't necessarily want to be at top because that doesn't give me things, from the most recent interview per se. You know what I mean? It just gives me, I guess, the most popular things going down in that line. So God knows when I go find out the interview there. Oh, it is? Oh, I think I found it. Oh, I found it. Hello. But this not look like a she. How would this say? The comments are turned off, so she turned off the comments. Did she snip the person's interview? Because if I'm not mistaken, I know this voice. I just don't remember her name. Right? I know this voice because it's the voice I've heard interview Johan Blake already. Right? Let me present this so we can share screen so you guys can hear this Stephen Francis tidbit. We can hear it together because child, I didn't listen to nothing. Come, we never want to hear nothing about no 100 after this.
Francis, big coach. After 100 meters, tell us what your thoughts on that and the photo finish.
Well, the photo finish was clear. Noel won. He's a very good athlete who you can't allow yourself to get down to his level. And I think that's what happened to Kishin today. But I think Kishin performed very, very well, given the fact that, as I said, he had been having hamstring issues after the semifinals. Sean had to work on him a lot, and I think it was very creditable and courageous of him to run the way he did, given all of that. But I think he was disappointed in his start, and I certainly was as well.
Running 9:79, as I know, the expectations that he would have been the Olympic champion. But it didn't happen tonight. But Shane, I think, based on his experience, you would say that he did well.
I said he did well, and it gives him something to look forward to for the rest of the season and for the next season. So hopefully that will make the future even better. An Olympic silver medal is no joke. So
Did you think that the hold up at the start affected the athletes in any way?
I suspect it would have affected those who were most eager to run. But the Olympics has been very weird. It has certainly been the worst I've ever been to, and it's from the warm up area to the training tracks to how they operate inside the stadium. It's all very
It's the worst.
amateurish.
Amateurish. But you say it's the worst you've been in. How you have been to at least 8 Olympics. And this is the worst. Paris is your worst Olympics.
But it has a long way. Not even close. I mean, Paris itself, city is great. But how this
The
Olympics was
organization
organized and
How she interview
at least
Johan?
as far
I
as
know the voice
athletics
though.
are
I'm trying to remember from
extremely
where.
Okay, so Coach Francis, I want to just congratulate you on your silver medal. Any word on Shericka? What's happening with her?
Well, I'm sure she'll be resting. She and trying to get it recovered so that she can continue her career in the sport. And well, I'm sure she'll be resting.
Okay, so Coach Francis, I want to just congratulate you on your silver medal. Any word on Shericka? What's happening with her?
Well, I'm sure she'll be resting. She and trying to get it recovered so that she can continue her career in the sport. And I'm sure it will be brighter than before.
What's the reason for pulling her today?
Or she just could not run at the speed she needed to run confidently, and I think that was the main reason.
Okay, will she be continuing on this for the rest of the season?
I think she's going to spend the next couple of weeks trying to get it properly healed, and then we'll have to see.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Okay.
Congrats.
All right, that interview, I hope you all were able to hear. That was quite eye-opening. I want to touch on the Shericka tidbit first, because I remember saying earlier that even given the fact that, Shericka was not at 100%, which, she indicated, but they said she was good enough to run, you know what I mean? The vibe I got that she wasn't confident in herself. Mentally, she didn't feel she could do it. You know what I mean? And that stuck out like a sore thumb. She didn't feel like she could do it, right? It stuck out like a sore thumb. And here, I'm seeing Francis saying, as well as just her getting healed, which clearly she wasn't 100% Stephen. But anyway, separate apart from that, mentally, she not look like she confident, and I don't know how she lost confidence. I don't know what could have caused her to lose confidence in herself that way. I go back to the national championships, and I remember she said something in an interview where she was having difficulty trusting in the process, but the results that here at the trials that she won, that it's working, right? So she was having difficulty trusting the process. So me no understand, because okay, fine. Last year happened. You didn't win the 100, but you still, clocked a time of 10.65. You still clocked a time of 21.41, winning the 200 and going on to take the double at the Diamond League. So how do we move to 2024 and we not have the confidence in ourselves and the training? Oh, what go on so? I don't understand. This kind of confusing to me, because when you think about the results, there's no way, shape, or form. Kanzi, can you come and refresh this? My feed is well behind. Way behind. This bar is well run a bush. When you think about the performances that she's been able to pull off, I just don't understand how a Shericka Jackson will end up, losing confidence in herself that much. Right? Injury and all, I get in being injured and stuff like that. I guess injuries make you, second guess yourself, but weird listening to, because I've seen, a lot of athletes that have gone through setbacks over the years, and they've still, risen above that because they, clearly, vividly saw the results that they were able to attain prior to, whatever injury setback. And Shericka is actually one of the fortunate athletes in the game that have really gone through their career, caving over majority of what seemed to be like injury setbacks that most athletes would, be experiencing. Because if I go back to throughout her 400-meter days when she was, competing internationally, I can't recall an injury year. I do recall 2017. I don't recall that was an injury year though. I think she said she gained too much weight. She did and too much bun and some old baga. She wasn't as focused on, her track, which is why her performance was the way it was, right? But yeah, me can't, me don't know. Me don't know. Her injury status made her lose confidence. No, but it never happened. I don't know, I don't know it happened. It happened from before, right? So I'm saying it's just, guys, think about all the professional athletes that are out there, that have won, are just medal in general. And look that all of them have gone through some kind of injury setback at one particular point in their career. Is this how they get when they're injured, that they don't feel confident in themselves anymore? Look here, Vitamins, go away. Is that how they feel? That they're not confident in themselves anymore? Because that to me is very shocking. That to me is very, very surprising. That she's, not confident in herself. That's crazy. She is injured, T. She's not healed. Um, it's the same thing with Simone Biles. Um, it definitely to me seems more mental than injury at this particular point, because yes, there's an injury. I'm not saying there's no injury, right? But it definitely seems more mental than anything else, which is surprising to me because she always seemed, to have, things really worked out in her brain, as far as I'm concerned. Always seemed like a confident person as well. So it's surprising that she is, this bothered or this affected by the injury. You know what I mean? Just goes to show you how tough our athletes have it. You know what I mean? Kind of weird. Different people react differently. I agree. Different people react differently. But I think this interview was very eye opening. What I took out of it was not necessarily the fact that Shericka is injured, because clearly her pulling out of the 200, let us know that she was not 100%, right? But I think what I really took out of this was her mental space. She's not there 100% mentally, right? I think that was my biggest takeaway from what Steve Francis said about Shericka. Um, is Shericka on the same pathway as Elaine and Shelley? And then I did have that thought, pop into my brain, because while it seemed as though Stephen Francis weren't, on the same page when, both of them were doing the interviews, right? Sherry said one thing in an interview and Stephen Francis said another in his interview, right? I was wondering why both of them weren't on the same page, and I was there thinking to myself, is this the beginning of what we saw with a Shelley and with a Elaine child? I don't know. I don't really want to put that out there as a narrative, but it was kind of interesting to see. But I think the biggest takeaway is that from a mental perspective, Shericka needs to see her therapist. But she did say that she's back in 2000, when is it? 22? Was it 2022 when she did that Yendi interview where she talked about, seeing her therapist and everything else on the sun, right? So, but for me, Chucky, seeing a therapist isn't anything for me. I believe that all athletes should, actually. You know what I mean? That's my thought process. So, I definitely think she needs to get her mind frame back in it, and I feel like she's losing love for it. I don't know. I feel like she's losing the love for the sport as well. And again, somebody just said, the whole Simone Biles effect, the whole Simone Biles things. I'm trying to remember that story. Was it that was it too much pressure, or was she losing the love, right? For the actual event, right? But it's interesting. from the moment Elaine come out injured, we should have known Paris would have been rocks. That was our warning shot, and we didn't prepare. Yeah, see, if our mental state isn't good. Yeah, that's my thought. So that's my biggest takeaway, right? Because we do know that athletes, tend to sometimes run with injuries and with niggles, right? But the mere fact that her mental space isn't right, that's the biggest takeaway for me. It's not even the injuries. For me, it's the whole mental space. And child, when your mentality is affected at this particular point, you don't know when that is going to be resolved. So we just have to wish Shericka the best right now. The other thing Stephen Francis talked about was and the fact that he was having some hamstring issues, which he got worked on, as well as the bad start. He wasn't happy with it. Kishan also wasn't happy with it, but they're pleased with they'll take the so wheel. We saw the issues, right? But we still have to be happy for the actual medal. You know what I mean? It's a good start, right? I'm not gonna complain. Especially again given all the extra stuff that we're hearing. Um, I felt the same way when I listened to Prano's interview. He kept referring to Shericka's situation as if he was outside. It sounded weird, and there was no like you see when he's talking about athletes that he's in good favor with at this moment, like he has a smirk on his face, right? You didn't get that in the past when he was talking about Shericka. Remember, he's not even Shericka's coach. You would see the pride on his face talking about Shericka, and I was gonna get that. He just seemed very, like he was, not even involved. Like he was like, okay, I couldn't care. Well, I don't want to say I couldn't care less, but yeah, I just didn't get it. I just didn't get the vibe that he was into what was going on with Shericka at all. Kind of dismissive to a certain extent, but who knows, child. People are human, stuff may happen on the back end. So it's interesting. How come we never see Paul when Sherry? And that is the thing too. Me not see Paul none at all this whole time. Usually we see Paul in the background someplace. I know me not see Paul all time, so me not know what go on. I know me not see Paul all time. And usually when Steve not talk, Paul they run a back someplace there, right? You can see him like in our video frame someplace that I walk past or something. Or even when Shericka is talking, you see Paul there someplace. I don't know. DeAndre didn't start his repertoire round. May I forgot to the all of the 400-meter man them gone a repertoire. Child, I know, two, sorry. Two. Me I did forget about them and them repertoire. Let me go in at the 400-meter repertoire. Start list. DeAndre Watkin. I want the people to start then because that heat that we just watch a while ago was virtually empty. I want the people to start. How much he gone already? Let me go over the live page. What is? Heat one. Exactly. I want the people to start. Jonathan Shakur to start. All the people to start. I want the cheap people alone run. I want the cheap people alone run the race, yeah. Track is. Me no mean if you say it, but me I go say it same way. I wonder the man them could have did a consider run the 4x4 trials and get one opportunity to get one medal. I'm just saying. I wonder if there are any regrets at this particular point. You think they might feel none? I don't think they might feel none? What? God. Paul Francis. Paul Francis is Shericka Jackson's coach. I mean, not if you say about them avoid upon this a 4x4, This a 400, because you see how they could have an opportunity to go run really, and they not run none. T. Paul is a team coach. You want to see him giving interviews. When it comes to Shericka Jackson, yes, that's who we should be talking to, not Stephen Francis. Why is it so weird to talk to Paul about Shericka Jackson? That's crazy to me, guys. Why we can't talk to Paul about Shericka Jackson? Then I who we talk to. You won't see him, I mean, okay, now that you're saying that, I understand, but I'm saying that's the person that many people want to really see or hear from. You know what I mean? And to be fair, Paul has always been a team coach there, and we still see Paul. So why we not see Paul now? We see Paul every other year, you know. Why we not see Paul now? We see Paul in the background every year, you know. Every year we see Paul in the background. So why we not see Paul now? And that me I say. You saw who qualified Paul? Yeah, man. Javon Paul qualified. He was the only one that qualified automatically. So Javon get a pass because he tried in Bahamas. Javon not get no pass from me. If you know what I mean, what you say, Javon not get no pass from me. Not a pass Javon not get from me. None of them not getting a pass. Me sorry. I wish them all the best though when it comes to their 400 meter exploits. But when it comes to the 400, the 4x4, they them not getting a pass from me. Them know what them do. All right, let me keep seeing what else is there that I conveniently decided not to go on Twitter. Look here. I conveniently went, that boy did that. I'm still in shock. Man, I see Oblique there pulling up in pain. Listen, guys. Misty, what is it on my timeline? Misty, I saw, what is his name? Lamont. I saw Lamont with a heavy strapping on his foot after the 100-meter final. I'm frightened when Misty got the strap up there. And Lamont still run 9.85. Season's best. Let me see if the picture here of Tia. I love this picture of Tia. I would heat, let me go look at the next heat. Heat 2, heat 3, heat 4. Okay, so Sean Bailey comes up in heat 4. So this is just the second repertoire round. So when Sean Bailey comes up, I'll speak to that. The St. Lucian government granted Julian Alfred a diplomatic passport and budgetary support, and it paid off. Right, Benjamin, coming out here laughing about the timeline is quiet and with laughing emoji with USA flags. Right, Benjamin, you did have me for a second then, you did have me there for a second I support you, but not anymore, sir. Not anymore. Viking I win. Daniel Stahl might not advance to the discus finals. All right, so I want to see the I want to see the how far behind me there? Cause Rapper Shaw still around here, so. And them a show me when the 200, let me just say a while ago. I could have never 200 meters I start already, and a Rapper charge me I tip on my screen. That don't make sense. So far behind my feet there. Discus. Where's the discus again? I know we were fourth and fifth, I believe. So the next qualification round is coming up for the discus. We have Roger Stone in that one. So we have three really good people. I wonder if one of them can be lucky enough and land on the podium because discus is one of them event there where the man them are show mighty, you know. The man them are show mighty. Boy, look at this Janelle and Noah picture. This picture is worth 1,000 words. It's so sweet. It is so sweet. Share screen. This is a moment right here. This right here is a moment. I love it. I love it. I love it absolutely. Lord of God. You know what I just noticed? Look at Nola's mother finger. The Jamaica flag with the rest of the white nails there, so. We can't go easy on Nola's little bit trackies. We can't go easy on him a little bit. See, we can't go easy on him a little bit. I want to run off him more than against subtitles. We can't go easy on him a little bit. Just a little bit. You know what I mean? But I love this shot. This shot, is so sweet. It's the sweetest thing. You can see the emotions in her face. Wow. I actually feel like crying. I know I'm gonna cry if you know American. But that was a sweet moment. That moment was sweet. That was a sweet moment. Yes, DeAndre Watkins pulled out of the repechage round. DeAndre Watkins pulled out of the repechage round. Um, the hurdlers look great so far. Which set? Um, from the opening ceremony, I was thrown off. The worst Olympics ever. Demons them there. See, didn't you do a video about Shericka being overworked last season? Child, I did so much videos. Who even knows at this particular point? But when it comes to Shericka Jackson and how she was running on the circuit, right? That's different from championship running. So let me give you an example. Elaine Thompson here always doubled, right? But you rarely saw her run, the 200 meters, you know what I mean? Or at least, run the same amount of races over the 2 and the 1. You'll probably see her mainly focus on one. So 1 year you probably see her run more twos or have a good amount of twos, and then another year you see her do have a good amount of ones. But you never really got where she was running, twos and ones crazy all the time. And with Shericka Jackson, she was just running in every race. You know what I mean? So from that perspective, I would definitely agree that she was overworked. Do I think it's from a championship perspective? No. Right? Because with less races, I still think she could have been prepared to run her doubles. You know what I mean? Circuit running is different. Circuit running is all about the money. You know what I mean? So them have to take the risk that when they're cashing in. You know what I mean? That's completely different. Yeah, that's just how I feel. Um, I think Sherika's issue started when she tried to break the 200-meter world record last year. It's just hard for me to listen to seeing an athlete that is so great not be confident in themselves. That's the wildest thing. Just imagine you're so great. You're the second fastest woman ever over the 200-meter distance, and you're not confident in yourself. You know what I mean? That's crazy. That's crazy. I feel for Shericka right now. It's a moment, or maybe it's a hug. No, it was a moment for me when I saw him run over to his family and I saw her, there. I was like, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. She's supposed to be there supporting him because I was wondering, what that moment would be like. Would she be there? But that's what it's supposed to be. She should be there and she should be supporting him 100%. You know what I mean? So I loved it. I love that moment absolutely when I saw it. Me tell you already, so when baby last come out to America, I'm run from me tell you not already. I'm now as the dominant one in the relationship. That's how it go. We just lose that the baby day. We lose that the baby day to America. Just so it go. We lose that the baby day to America. Interesting how we saw Shericka on the warm up track before she pulled out. I don't know about that, Damari, because in a hard little training snippet, them I see. Me not see Shericka train one time. Me see her walk about all over the place, yes, but I never saw a training video, and that to me was alarming. And I think I said it on one of my lives that the moment I was questioning myself, why haven't I seen Shericka warming up? Remember, you know, at first they were over the little hidden blue chocolate. Steven did have them, right? And I'm like, okay, fine. We weren't privy to what was going on there. That's cool. But when we started to get shots of the athletes, my first thought was, why am I not Shericka? Even if your event not start anytime soon, we still have to see a workout someplace. We have to see a two little picture and do something. Me now get none and worse Shericka name, what's the name? But expect to get a full video footage of Shericka and do something, a warm up something. But maybe that, or maybe I missed it. Maybe I missed the whole warm up. But the moment me never see no warm up with Shericka, I do some little workout here and there, I said something was wrong. She was on the track standing by Paul Francis. No, me not talk about standing by. Me I talk about working out. Me not see nothing with Shericka workout. So the moment I didn't see her working out, I thought problems. Problems. See, I agree. Shericka seemed so docile in the interview I watched. Yeah. You're a softie. It's just a hug to me. I'm a woman. So we're not gonna take it the same. Well, I'm assuming you're a man of objectivity. So yes, I will look at the hug different. Um it wasn't just Shericka though, it was the whole hush part. No, and I just said when they were hidden away, I understand not seeing any shots of them. But when they finally started to show shots, the Tias, the Kishanes, we saw the main people. Whoever else, if we not see them, that's cool. But we saw the main people. We definitely saw Tia. We definitely saw Kishane. My thought was, why am I not seeing Shericka? Shericka name what she name? There's no way we do video and we not do no video with Shericka. Y'all have to understand that from Shericka Jackson became the fastest living woman in the 200 meters. A lot of pressure is on her. I don't know, guys. I don't know if it's the moment she became the fastest living person. I think in general, when you're an athlete that reaches a high level to the point where you're either winning gold medals or winning medals, pressure is always going to be on you. When you represent a country called Jamaica, even worse, where the people that must set expectation find your left, right, and center. I mean, not look like your medalist, they must set expectation like a medal. You know what I mean? So, given all that, want to say that she became the fastest in the world, over the 200 while she's facing pressure. I just think in general, once you get to that high level, you're going to be facing pressure in any sport, and all our high level athletes have faced that pressure. You know what I mean? Even the ones, as I said, that aren't at a high level are facing the pressure. So, I don't think I agree. But I do agree that she's facing pressure for sure. But it would have been before that, as far as I'm concerned. She was not working out for true, just pics in sweatsuit. Yeah, man, but just pick up in a sweatsuit and back and them something there. We never see her workout. So the moment we not see her workout, I say something alright. Kishane got the silver, but I think Noah got humbled a little bit. I hope a lot. LOL, but that's wishful thinking. That is wishful thinking. Noah got killed with. No, I got kill winner them coming days. No, right now I record so you see no not record, sorry. Cause the video them done record already. No, that's right now I edit 2 video for post on YouTube. Good morning, Dean. What's up? She was hurt before the season. Yes, I agree. Come out in off shape, struggled to catch up and got hurt again. Nothing more than that. Yeah, and I don't have any problems with anything that happened because again, she's a human being. She's in a high level sport, pushing her body to the extremes. Breaking down is every now and again is part of the game, right? So I understand that completely. I'm just absolutely shocked, at how much it's affecting her mentally. And that is my big takeaway. My big takeaway isn't that she's injured because that's something that I've accepted that athletes from time to time will get injured. once you're pushing your body to these extreme levels, that's a given. But I'm actually, listening to the interview, and when I heard him talking about the her mental space, that's my big takeaway. That was my biggest takeaway. If Shericka was healthy, she would be on the track. Let us just stop. Next topic. Navlin is getting angry. Whereas Shericka felt as though breaking the world record was her destiny or her right. Really? And when she couldn't do it, she felt as though she never lived up to potential, and that affected her mentally. Are you serious? I mean, lived up to whose expectation? Hers? Almost her expectation. Because as far as I'm concerned, the as far as I'm concerned, yeah, the world record is a bonus. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, the world record is a bonus, given everything that she's done. So I'm confused. One fan makes some disparaging comment, and Jamaican athletes assume that they are being pressured. Oh my God. And think for Elaine and the world record, she never went out to race specifically aiming to get it. She just said, if it comes, it comes, whereas Shericka and her people made it her priority. Hmm. Yeah, I see Sean Bailey starting. I'm watching it. I'm waiting until the race is going off. Um, They knew she wasn't going to run. She just showed up for the sponsors. I think so as well. But I think the contracts need to be adjusted because I don't like the idea of athletes being injured and being scared to talk about it. Like, how does that make sense? Did I save this picture of Janelle and Noah? Let me save that picture of Janelle and Noah. Come and like it. All right, Sean Bailey, come. Come do your thing, sir. Okay, so three people can potentially make it out of this one if they run fast enough. So let's see. Okay, Sean has no choice but to run fast. So make we see. All right, right now there's no change in the stagger. All athletes look pretty even. Lord God, Sean, pull up. Lord Jesus. Lord of God, how about this man? How about the change Jamaica really demons that take we over Paris? We shouldn't take over Paris. We shouldn't have we had. As bad as people say America is, I'm sure the experience wouldn't be this. Mighty Jesus. No, sir. Well, Javon Powell want to represent Jamaica in the semi-final in the 400 meters. Now go see how that go now. Lord of mercy. Lord have his mercy. No, sir. I can't tell before I'm reading them. I just start reading them to be fair, Jamon. You know what I mean? So, yeah. What kind of cross is that me want to know? Next Jamaican queen is say him could not go run the mixed relay. I agree with you, that next Jamaican him could not go run the mixed relay. I mean that was 2 runs. Him could not go run it. Her own expectation, I feel, coming into 2023, that was her main goal. And when she didn't get it, it mentally affected her. The way she said no world record in the interview, this year sounded like it hurt. I don't know. I didn't get that vibe. I understand what you're saying, but I didn't get that vibe. When she said no world record, I think she was just saying, "Hey, I'm not in that shape." You know what I mean? But I don't know. I can't fathom, you not breaking the world record affecting you when you're winning everything. That's wild. She has to assume this is her last opportunity that will shake anyone's confidence. Why? I mean, I don't know if it's a deal because, and again, each athlete takes things differently. But for Shericka to be having a step back this season, so long into her career, actually, I can't look at it as a negative. I'm looking at it like she's one of the lucky few. When you look at some athletes, they have problems all year round. You know what I mean? I believe she's one of the lucky few. And I don't know if because I'm bunching in a lot of the experiences that I've seen from so many athletes, why it's not resonating the way it should probably resonate with me. Given the fact that, again, track and field is not a sport that you really last long in. You know what I mean? It's really awesome when you can have so many years like a Shericka, like a Shelly, like a Usain. You know what I mean? Well, Jamaicans in general, or at least the high level Jamaicans in general, seem to have been able to be lucky enough to have long careers. You know what I mean? But even that is a blessing. You know what I mean? Even that is a blessing. And I can't look at it as a negative just because this season she's having setbacks. And again, it to me, it's like, are we really, feeling this way because we are having one season of setbacks or because we didn't break a world record? That to me doesn't resonate. That doesn't resonate with me. None of these thoughts resonate with me. I've never been so affected by race until yesterday. All know me frost out. Look here, if I wasn't doing a live, I wouldn't come on. You wouldn't see me no time. You wouldn't see me no time. Um, I didn't realize how big the track fan of a big track fan I was until I stayed in bed yesterday. I feel like my uncle who would be silent when his football club lost. Yep, yep, yep. But we can't be silent because all the things them that are flinging our face on social media. Lonnie, after her 200-meter performance in the heat, says that she had a terrible performance in her 200-meter heat race. But I can't play that one for you because you know who won it. So me know I have nothing to do with that. Lord God. See them jog up back Noah Lyles. Oh yeah, I'll remember this. See you in Paris. When do to oblique civil and see then. Lord God Almighty. Me don't know what we say. We can't say nothing, guys. The winner is right. The winner is right. We can't say a thing. I'm not even mad at it anymore. I'm not even mad at it anymore. Can we win? Me can't be mad. The man he did what he needed to do. On the topic of Jackson pulling out of the 200 meters, I mean, I was told back in July that he was out for the 100 and was 50-50 for the 200. um, that they were thinking about pulling her before the games even started. Maybe she still wanted to go to Paris just to support and help the relay, but I don't think there was ever a real intention of her racing. So this is my thing, right? If race take can be told that Shericka is pulling out, right? Why is it that the Jamaican insiders seemingly had no idea? And by Jamaican insiders, I mean coach Maurice Wilson that trained Shashali Forbes because Shashali Forbes was never prepping for the 100 non-tall, right? Because they would have had this information, so they would have been, prepping her for it just in case. You know what I mean? So this whole thing is kind of interesting to me. So why is it that Ray have this and while Maurice Wilson not have this. That don't make any sense to me. But anyway, I still think Shashali did good. You know what I mean? But I just wonder about that. Because I heard from, other persons, about knowing, a good while, right? I mean, I try to figure out how come Maurice never know or Maurice Camp never know. That's strange to me. Jamaica, um you can't be mad at Noah Lyles bragging. Oh, and there's something that was interesting as well because a lot of people were complaining that Kishane was robbed. I forgot about that tidbit. Something I like give life to I don't like to give life to nonsense as far as I'm concerned. Y'all know I'm the first one to check to check as a photo the photo finish. I'm one of the first ones to check that. And it's just wild seeing Jamaicans go on and on and on and on. I mean, I had family members here killing me yesterday that Kishane won the race. You know what I mean? It was crazy. I was like, no, he didn't win. You know what I mean? He lost down to the thousandth of a second. And they still haven't let it go to this moment. They still haven't let it go to this moment. And I'm like, child, I don't know. I don't know what's worse than losing a race and then having all Jamaica on Twitter trying to convince the world that Kishane won. I don't know which word feels worse right now. But moments like this makes me want to hide my head in a bag. Because I'm like, y'all need to just stop and shut up about this who won situation because you're not making it any better for Jamaica. You're making us look stupid. Yeah, Jamaica truck to that making us, it hurt the athlete them because they say, yo, brother, I'm not stop now. Be a people run up and down. You see on TikTok, up here top now going up on TikTok. My sister show me and say Kishane winning. And I say, when I talk about one thing to know about track and field. I don't know nothing about track and field. When I talk about I block all Noah comments because it annoys me respectfully. Boy, you might make me look desperate. Me just want to put myself in a one bag. Anyway, the women's 400 meter up on the track now. Stacey comes up in the first one. So make we go through that. Make we go through that. Make we go through that. Um so with Stacy to look out for Kendall Ellis, Salwa Eid Nasta as well. I think those are the major ones to look out for. Let me check the times. Boy, the season's best not so at know. But Stacey, how much should I take? 3? Stacey should make it out of this without any issues, I hope. Gabby Scott from Puerto Rico is also there. She's been running good. But I'm gonna say Stacey gets one of those 3 spots. I definitely think Salwa is winning this one. No, but then again, Kendall has been running good too. But I think Salwa has been running herself into better and better shape, and I haven't taken my eye off her at all. Barin, gonna do something better for the uniform though. Why does this look like one black tie and one red shirt? Our Salwa never get the uniform? Anyway, Stacey, come out in our good ass outfit. Come there, Stacey. Come, girly. Just being top 3, that's all we need. Sophie Becker from Ireland. All right, they're off. All right, Stacey is already making up the stag on the athlete in lane 8. Salwa is making up the stag on the athlete in lane 4. Kendall Ellis though has not really, gotten off the mark just yet. She's, still biding her time. Salwa Eid Nasa comes up next to Kendall Ellis. Stacey is still going strong out there in lane 7. Which lane 7 or lane 8? Okay, lane 8. Salwa is coming into the turn with the lead. Stacey is there in second. Stacey just needs to try to maintain. Here comes Kendall Ellis though. The Italian, or was it Romanian? Oh no. The Romanian is in third. Kendall Ellis looks like she's gone to the repechage round. Child, I want to Kendall Ellis there, so Stacey second. Kendall Ellis fifth. There's a repechage round here, sir? Yes, there's a repechage round. Stacey gone on not Stacey. Kendall gone on a repechage round. I don't know what that was. And that's the thing with Kendall Ellis, which is why I was saying, she may, even though she has a faster time than Salwa, she may not win this race because she run like this. Today she run good, tomorrow she run bad. I don't know what you think about Kendall. Times. So Tawa Ignas a clock to 49.91. Stacey and yes, girl, yeah, come on, your good running. Season's best, 50.16. We love it, girl. We are looking for your top 50. Top 50 are coming out the semi-finals. Good girl. I'm a girl that, I'm a girl that. Oh, no, the sexy outfit yet. Oh, she has still the sexy outfit and I hit that yet. But she look good seeing me. So Stacey look right all the time. Yeah, but anyway, Andrea Nicholas was the third and she ran 50.54. So Stacey runs at season's best. Good running, Stacey. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Love it. Love it. You know what? I'm gonna actually enjoy watching these 400s, not only from an individual perspective, but it's gonna give me more insights on what I can hopefully expect from each athlete on their four by four leg, right? And it's kind of gonna help me shape up where I want to see which athlete. You know what I mean? More and more, the more I'm looking at this, is the more I'm thinking Stacey out the blocks, right? For sure. But let's see. Williams is a body, absolutely. Stare at all the time, all the time. I said it, TT. They are not going to medal. The chance of medaling is in the 4x4. Who not gonna medal, Sean? The 400-meter girl, them? You must be a joke. And we have the world leader, Nikisha Price. You think she a world leader for none? And what she be, chop liver? She's not chop liver. We are medal, all right? A goal we are go for, but anyone when she give we are take. But a goal we are go for. And when it comes to the 4x4, yes, there are some teams that are really strong this year, and I think we can, push for bronze. Given I don't believe that we have the strongest team this season, right? But I still think we can push for a medal there. But I don't understand what you mean by we not get the medal in the 400. I saw y'all look down for Nikisha Price, good 48. 50, what was it again? 54 or something? I saw y'all look down on that, or 58. Jeez. So you notice how Coleman switch camps? Placed Mitchell to train with his boo, LOL. Look here. I did see that. I'm hoping it works out for them. But my suggestion would have been to stay separated. You know what I mean? Look at 18 more and her boyfriend. Well, I guess no ex. I don't know if they're still there. Right? But he left school and go train with 18 more and was getting nowhere. He might have to take up himself and left that the camp there. And now guess what I'm doing? Make American team, yeah? You see this whole boyfriend and girlfriend thing where you're working in the same environment, not conducive to nothing. And I'm going to tell you, from my perspective, when me at work, I don't want to see no man around me because as far as I'm concerned, you're not progressive when me I do right there. So, yeah, that's what me I try to say. So, I don't need that type of, vibe when I'm trying to get work done. That I feel later. That I feel when we done when me I do my work. And that's how I feel for these athletes. And that's why you see a lot of them don't live together as well. They have, women/men, you know what I mean? But that's why they don't live together because they know that a relationship will cause them to lose focus a lot of times. Yeah, you have some that may work out, but for the most part, they don't work out. You know what I mean? BBC not show me. I have to wait till table tennis. Lord God, what a thing. If they break up, that is gonna no, they just move. They will not just move camp. It's simple. But I don't like when athletes, even Janelle Broomfield, you know what I mean? Even Janelle Broomfield, me I say, if we find one different club go train. You know what I mean? Because probably being in the environment with no allies is not the most conducive to her, getting to her best performance. You can't in a one lovey place when you try work. Um, See, do you think that Jamaica should call an emergency meeting immediately after Paris to see what went wrong and how it was and how to prevent it from happening? Um, no, because track and field is an individual sport. What is calling a meeting? We're not gonna help nothing. Each camp knows exactly what went wrong with whichever athlete. You know what I mean? That they train, which not have nothing to do with J trees. You know what I mean? J tree is just supposed to bring them all together and make sure that them reach where them supposed to reach and stay where them supposed to stay. Then them all right. She too busy trying to be Noah's cheerleader than to be a champion. I mean, I think that she's gonna get to her best, under Noah's wing. Don't get me wrong, love the fact that she's with, getting all that the special doctors and everything that Noah has and the dietitians and everything that she has access to. Great, but I think she probably needs a different environment. Anyway, Nikisha comes up now. Um, Nikisha comes up here now, so we are gonna watch good girl run. What champ tell me so we not get no medal, right? 48-57, right? And she has Lavia Nelson. So we say Lena in the 400-meter hurdles. Lena was in the 400-meter hurdles and Lavia right herself, child. I'm confused. But anyway, yeah. Let's see who else is here. Henrietta Jaeger is here as well. Those are the athletes to look out for. Nikisha Price should take this easy, I hope. Me hope none of them athletes are not try to do too much. See, I'm getting an anti-man vibe from you. Lie you or tell. I lie you to tell. I'm anti-annoyance though, that's for sure. So if it's gonna be annoying, then be anti it. Oh Lord, I'm weak. Set. And they're off. Okay. Things look even so far. No break just yet. This Swedish athlete is trying to make a run at Lavia Nelson. Nikisha Price is now pulling away from Lavia Nelson now. On the inside, who that again? Jaeger on the inside, yes, so she's running well. But Nikisha Price is just cruising at this particular point. Very, very easy. Very, very easy. Jaeger now in lane 2 comes off the bend even with Nikisha Price. Nikisha Price just cruising along. Cruise control for Nikisha Price. Very, very easy. Going away with the win. She runs 50.02. Yeah, good running, good qualification. This is how you want to qualify. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. So Nikisha Price runs 50.02. Lavia Nelson runs 50.36, and Henrietta Jaeger runs 50.39. So that's a Jamaican, a British, and a Norwegian. A Brit and a Norwegian. She looked very easy, very relaxed. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. That's how you have to qualify. Nice and easy. Um, I love Shericka, but she disappointed me with the mind games and deceits. To satisfy sponsorship, then don't say nothing. Jamaican supporters require respect. Money seems to be their master. Again, if it's from a sponsorship perspective, what I did say earlier on, I believe yesterday, I said I would have just rather her say nothing, you know what I mean, than, let us have expectations to be fair. Because if we didn't know this from man, we would have just move on with life, nobody have no expectations, just like we are now not having any expectations for any medals in the 200, you know what I mean? So we let us move on with the life. But I kind of agree with you, but I don't think I'm disappointed in her because at the end of the day, people are going to always look out for their best interest. So, and I can't be mad at anybody that is doing that, to be fair. And two, I don't know Shericka from a can of paint, so I can't be disappointed in a soul. Actually, I don't think I get disappointed in people in general. You know what I mean? Because yeah, I don't know them. I don't know you to be disappointed in you. Um, oh, I just realized I'm not on full screen. Okay. T, can you run through the men's 200-meter heat? The men's 200-meter heat are not today. No, not today. Not sure. Not somewhere. Really? Are the men's 200-meter heat, or was it the women's 200-meter repechage round? Later on. Oh, the men's 200-meter heat comes up later on. Okay, let me run through it. Let me run through it. As soon as I see something has come on the track, I'll go back. Heat one, Wade Van Niekerk, Joseph Fambalea. Those names jump out at me. What is her name from Ivory Coast? Shikna. I've not been a fan of how Joseph Fambalea has been running at all. Let me see what Wade Van Niekerk can do here. So, and then there's Ryan Zizi from France. You know what I mean? To be fair, I don't think any of these athletes right here so I'll make it to the 200-meter final. So I'm not even gonna bother waste no time. Van this your first heat. Let's go into the second one. We have Andrew Hudson, Udodic Shudi from Nigeria, Jose Gonzalez from the Dominica, Child, one name. Wanya McCoy. Okay, finally, this is somebody. Wanya McCoy. Oh, what is that? Aragot. All right. The Ugandan is here. Andrew Hudson should be able to make it through out of this one, provided he runs, he executes. And I'm looking at one at McCoy as well. So I'm looking at Terragot, oh, not Terragot, sorry, Oregot. I'm looking at Ronnie McCoy, and I'm looking at as well Andrew Hudson. And I think Andrew Hudson has been getting into better runnings. I believe he had a setback this season, but once he turned up at the trials, he was running well. So that's good. And I'm expecting him to be much better than the last time I saw him. Right. So that's my opinion. With the Heat 2. Let me see, Heat 3. Why did I think the 200 was more stacked than it's showing me so far? Anyway, let's see the Tobago. This should be his race. Who else is here? Makanakashi, child from Zimbabwe, is here. Benjamin Richardson is also here. It's kind of interesting because I remember Benjamin Richardson beating Lexi Tobago in the 200 meters at the World Junior Championships that year with, what's his name? What's the young guy in Jamaica name again? His name is slipping me right now. Buaji. That year with Buaji, Benjamin Richardson actually took down Leslie Tobago. So it's interesting to see how far Leslie Tobago has reached now and where Benjamin Richardson is. Though Benjamin Richardson didn't run that 9.86, though at altitude, but you know, it is what it is. This should be Leslie's race. Let's see what Benjamin Richardson can do here. He should be able to navigate to this to the semifinal from here, and Philippa Tartu as well potentially. Brendan Rodney unfortunately false started in the one. I don't know how that's going to affect his two. Let's see though. In this one, Lika Claver comes up. So let me go back to the 400. Lika Claver comes up in this 400 meters. She's one to watch as well. I have her making the final. I think I want her making the final in my mind. I believe I have her making the final, child. Let me see. Start list. Okay. So Lika Claver is here. Amber Ann is also in this one. So this should be between Amber Ann and Lika Clover. It's gonna be an interesting one because they have similar personal bests. I think both runners already have a race in their leg from the mixed 4x4. I think I did see Amber Annin as well as Lydia Claver on the mixed 4x4. Ooh, false start. False start. In my opinion, Jamaican athletes don't owe the fans anything because they are not paying their salaries. Ah, boy. Yeah, you know, I honestly don't like when Chuckies get like this because you tell us in one breath they don't owe us anything, so they can do whatever, say whatever, blah blah blah. But then when time come, no one we not give them the support until we say why we not support them. Them not pay we none of the money to support them either. So what are you guys saying exactly? Remember, you know, we not collect none of the help to pay check them we enjoy what them a put on the track for the all the support. So what are you saying exactly? You have to pick one. You have to pick a side. It's either them not what we not now, we not what them nothing either. So we must not support them none time, not all. Or we support them, and as them supporters, them tell we out and go and we just all right, move on with your life and say you're injured, cool. Anyway, the race is off. Let's see. Amber Annin has already made up the stagger and the athlete on the outside. Oh, I would have seen a lane 2 run so good. Is a Nigerian, I think. Nika Claver is also running well. So where there? This is a Nigerian here. Really a bun up at the first leg there. How it is? Wait, let me see her name. Ella, oh no, child, I'm not gonna pronounce her last name. Sorry, guys. I'm not trying to, be disrespectful to anybody, but I'm not gonna try to do that with the names. So Lika Claver now comes into the lead. Amber Annin is on the outside. I think she's in second, and the Nigerian is falling back, paying for that early pace. She has to go to the repertoire round, unfortunately. She has to be more tactical. She has to be more tactical. She forced the pace in the race. The race ended up being 49.68. So that was very fast, too fast. It didn't need to be this fast, for sure. But that was because the Nigerian took the pace out. I believe Amber Ann was also running hard in the first 200 as well. But the Nigerian's pace forced Lika Claver to run hard as well. And I don't think she wanted to run that hard because that is literally a tenth of a second actually slower than her personal best. Her personal best is 49, I believe, 58, right? And she ran 49.68 years old. So this is a 10 slower. She didn't need to run this hard. Or I'm sure she didn't want to. No, sorry. Amber Annin won. Oh, apologies. Amber Annin won 49.68. Again, pretty much similar. Probably like 2/10 of a second. Slower than her PB. I think this was fast running. As I said, I don't think they needed to run this hard. Lika Claver also, as I said, was forced to run hard. She ran a 49.96, and Paula Moran ran 51.04. Okay, so Discus qualification group B has started. Roger Stoner has thrown 65.32. He's sitting in second place and he's already thrown his third attempt. So which means that he has no further to get. So all based on what I'm seeing here, all Jamaicans should make it in because they're into the third attempt right now and only one athlete is left to throw. And this is no, he done. Apologies, group B done. Group B done entirely because one person automatically qualified, and then everybody else, based on what I'm seeing here, has either taken the third throw or fouled it. Right? So yeah. That is it. So 3 Jamaicans into the discus finals with over 55 meter throws. Awesome. Awesome for Jamaica. I'm wondering if we can sneak onto the podium in the discus. I never did consider the discus either, because I see the performances and I was looking at Walford Mullins and Roger Stoner, you know what I mean? And what's his name again? Child. His name is slipping me right now. But yeah, I was looking at them, all three of them actually. But just given how the field is in the discus, I was not thinking medal. But maybe we can pull something out. You never know. You never know. Wait, Smichael. Smichael, right? I was thinking about Smichael as well. But yeah, the performances are not bad in the discus. So who are complaining say the field event is doing good is a red flag. It's not a red flag to me. Not a red flag to me. If Jamaica doesn't win another race, I don't care. My spirit is broken. Lord, you take that 100 meter the hard door. Uptown Kingston, you take it hard, bad. Hard. You know what? Many of us don't know what it is to be patriotic. I'm disappointed, but for me athletes, them, me stand with them. Some are on too feeble. These people fool. Who did say these athletes? Oh, we nothing. It's just natural human expression. We still love we athletes. I mean, we can't have it one way and then want it another way. You can't be telling us to support them and then say they owe us nothing. To me, that doesn't make no sense as well. So, I don't know. I don't know where that comment came from, but okay. Um, See, that person meant the men 400 men better chance in the was in the relays. Which relay? Them not qualify for the relay. Them not qualify for the relay, no member. And the mixed relay, them never meant no time for the mixed relay either, because they were focusing on their individual exploits. So moving on, moving on. Don't care if they win another race. Then keep your head up. And that means to us in Bobcat in Uptown Kingston. No, sir. All right, Shawnee Miller Weeble comes up in this one. Let me see how she goes. Let's see who is with her as well. No, sir. Weak in the knees. Uptown Kingston saying don't care. All right. So Shade Williams is also in this one as well. Victoria Onorugu is also here. This is a good one. Those are my top three picks in this one actually. It's gonna be interesting to see what type of shape. Oh no, Natalia Kazmarek, quality. She they the second fastest athlete in the, no, well, not the second fastest in the world since Sydney is there with a faster time, but we're not count Sydney because Sydney are in the 400 meter earlier. So the second fastest athlete competing in the 400 at the Olympic Games, right? So they really put Kazmarek, Shade, Victoria Onorugu, and Shani in a same race. I mean, don't get me wrong, Victoria Onorugu time them not close to, well then again, Shani only run 53 so far this season, but make us see what Shani are going to do still, right? But Cadbury is in great shape, and I'm expecting Sade to be in awesome shape as well. So let's see. Sade has been breaking 200-meter national records. She's been working on that her 200-meter speed, and it has worked. So I'm expecting her to be much better than she's ever been at this championship as well. It's just that this much better this area, unfortunately, coincides with Nikisha Price and Natalia Kazmarek and Rashida Adeleke and whoever else run there run crazy fast times. Um, okay, so Shade gets a good start. She looks good. Kazmarek is there as well, keeping pace. Shawnee Miller Weaver is losing ground to the athlete on her outside. But Kazmarek is now making up some ground on Sade. So it's Sade and Kazmarek right now. Or Kazmarek looks like she's leading based on the stagger. Sade is right there as well. Victor Onarugo is also there as well. Shawnee has now stopped. So Shawnee is out. Kazmarek has now taken the curve, final to curve. She's in the lead. Sade is there in second. Victoria Onarugo has fallen back. Some more athletes are coming to the front. Is that the Latvian? The Latvian is there. Oh, on the outside, Cuban. The Cuban is coming through for third. So no, was it second or third? Child, it was second. You see them dip, yeah? Them athletes need to be a rear walk one round them. When you can't slow down, so just slow down. I mean, the Cuban pass around today. Child, let's get into the times. The times were so Natalia Kazmarek 49.98. Roxanne Gomez 50.63. She's from Cuba, and Shade Williams 50.45. She's from Barbados. Me say, you see what the European them have big up Kazmarek? You don't think that Kazmarek are coming here with the fastest time or them are go on. So them a Kazmarek are when going now. Child, Nikisha, just go there, go do your thing, ma'am. Go show them, ma'am. Just go show them. I literally don't like listening to these European commentators because they're supposed to represent everybody, right? Because this is a global audience, right? They represent the global audience. Yet when they're talking, you can hear the European bias. Oh Lord. She seems to be hurt, guys. That's why she stopped. She seems to be hurt. You will be disappointed and continue to curse them. I don't see nobody here cursing the athletes. So that's the first thing. People are expressing their disappointment. As I said, I'm not particularly disappointed with anybody because I don't really know them like that to say I'm disappointed. You know what I mean? Sure, I would have loved a better performance like in the men's 100 meters of gold, but I'm for sure happy that we got a medal. For sure, right? So yeah, and as it relates to Shericka Jackson and the information disseminated, you can't be mad at fans and supporters saying that why come out and say you're fine if you're not fine. We never ask if you tell we say you're fine. If you're not fine, just make we know say you're not fine. And if it's something that you can't speak on, then just don't speak about it. You know what I mean? But don't tell us that we're fine and then build us up for nothing and then just drop it one way side. Nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Nobody now tell Shericka if you go run injured. If you're injured, that's fine. That's part of the game. You know what I mean? And we understand. The problem herein lies that we were led to believe that she was fine, and that's the problem. Um, Athletes need to stay off social media while at championships. Where is the managers? I played volleyball for Jamaica. We would not do that. Otherwise, we would be on the next flight out. Well, for the most part, I don't see like athletes that are from certain camps on social media. Let's put it that way. You know what I mean? But some athletes try them control them things, so they're all over on social media chattering away. I mean, think about it. Noah the day before the 100 meters drop video on YouTube. And everybody asks him, say, "Yo, brother, you know I'm not gonna do what you do a drop video on YouTube." Oh Lord. I believe 2028 will be a better Olympic Games. They will prepare and learn from the mistakes. Guys, unfortunately, sometimes in life you could have prepared till a week and things still go wrong. That's life. In life, we prepare about everything and things still go wrong. And I'm talking about just regular day-to-day life experiences. What you think about high class competition, athletics? Something can go wrong at any moment, no care how much you prepare. So I don't want y'all to say, oh, if they're better prepared. Of course they were prepared going to the championship. Life just happened. Love PK Shericka did not lie. Shericka is a sweet woman. MVP made her lie. No, so I'm going to get into this next next heat. So we're into heat 5 now for the women's 400 meters. Who to look out for? Marilady Paulino, Alia Butler, Charlene Maudsley. Let's see the times if I'm missing anybody. No, I think that's it. Those are who I would say you look out for. I can say I think from Czech Republic also you can look out for as well. To me, to a lesser perspective. Oh, Bolingo is also here. Um, she just hasn't run a fast enough season's best this year. But Cynthia Belingo from Belgium is here as well. It'll be interesting to see what type of shape a lot of these athletes are in, given their personal best versus their season's bests. Why Shawnee look like she found some basic prototype kit you throw in the back bins? Lord God Almighty. Unless someone betting money on the athletes, they don't have to tell us every thought they have. Objectivity. Nobody's asking the athletes to tell us every thought they have. Don't be ridiculous. I feel like you people just take things to the extreme sometimes. Is it so hard to understand people saying that don't mislead us? That's not hard. We're not asking you to tell us every single thing, but there's no need to mislead us either. That's the whole point. And you all are acting like this is something so difficult to understand. Not miss me with the BS, because if this was some other situation, we would not go on the most way. Moving on, I can't be bothered. I don't want to talk about this anymore because you all are annoying me. Me all go record song for Kishin. So me I go mix it after him win. Papa Jesus help me. Which reminds me that make song for Julian Alfred. When you hear the song, when they put up on Twitter, well, on Twitter, I see it on still. But when you hear the song, dear God. Hey T, I don't even want to watch any more of this. I'm still hurting. Oh Lord. Charlene, it's okay. We won a silver. That's good. The race is off. I'm looking up for Marlady Paulina here. Let's see what she does. Here as well. Paulina is looking good, looking strong. Alia Butler is also looking good as well, but Paulina has not made up all the stagger as far as I'm concerned. So she should have a massive lead now when she turns into the bend, into the home straight. Yep, massive lead when she turns into the home straight. Yep. She is far ahead. All right, so let's see what the other people can do. Is she going too hard too soon, or is she running herself into better shape? We'll see in the coming rounds, because I don't think she needs to run to add still. But anyway, she should sit down now. Okay, good. 49, 43. Okay, Polly, now you never did need fair run to add. You never did need fair run to add. Or maybe you're not 47 shape still, because me hear you on one interview one time I say a world record yeah go after. So maybe she not world record shape. She may they gave her a yellow card. And when she stepped on the line. That's the only way you get a yellow card. Wait, is it before the race or after the race? I didn't say the yellow card, guys. I missed that completely. So it depends. I don't see her too close to the line either. So I don't know where the yellow card came from or why she got a yellow card. Was that at the beginning of the race? I missed it. Yeah, Paulina looks good, but I'm trying to understand if this was too much, or is this world record pace? You know what I mean? But this is a 49, 40, 49, 42. Way too fast as far as I'm concerned. And Ali Butler ran 50.52 per second. And Susan what is Gold Wally ran 50.67. So Charlene Maudsley, and who else was I looking out for in this run? Oh my God, what did the performance jump go? Okay. Interesting, Shadi Monty run a personal best. Okay. Okay, Cynthia Bolingo. Oh, she ran a season's best 52.7 7. So all of these athletes will be fast tracked to the repechage round. I'm loving these Adidas kits for Great Britain. They look really good. Have you been looking at these Adidas this Adidas kit for Great Britain? Though the blue is hella dark, the blue look like black as far as I'm concerned, but it looks really good. I love it, and it sets them apart. And finally, they don't look like America, and that's what I love. You can distinguish them very clearly. You can distinguish them. I don't know. I don't like what Nike is doing with the kids. See, it says DNF for Shawnee, yet she walked in her lane for the final 200 and crossed the line. So technically, it should not be. I've seen that already, and they still classified it as DNF. So I'm not sure. I've seen it already where athletes walk and they still call it DNF. So I'm not sure. No one is asking you to understand. Don't make it mud, you. Paulina is a humble lady. She competes almost at every Diamond League. She's friendly and has good manners. I wish she gets a medal. She's definitely in the conversation. Absolutely. You know what I mean? My only concern, as I said, is I was wondering if this was too fast, too soon. But then I also remember watching an interview with her where she talked about, going after the world record. And I believe that was this year. That was at this year interview. So we could potentially see her you know, going after 47 this season, me no know, because um, Paulina is a humble. Oh, I read this already. They only in Adidas for Olympics. Come next year, championships they'll be back in Nike. Lord God, I love these kids. But anyway, I guess Bromfield is coming up and she run with this guy. Oh, and she come out with the sexy kid. I'm starting to have thoughts about this sexy kid. So dog got them just move past Janet and not even get not even get no screen time. Honestly, sir, I don't introduce people in the heats like that, but then they could have given her some screen time. Anyway, she up against it in another one because she have Rashida Adeleke, Alexis Holmes, let me see who else in here, so. Janelle, you better run your ass off, yeah, girl. You better run your ass off. See your man go win gold medal. Show him say you can't win gold medal too. You better run your ass off. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Janelle can make it in third place, but she have to run because there are people with close. There's a Lauren Gale from Canada that is a bit faster than her this season, and then there are also other athletes with similar performances as hers this season in this race. So it's gonna be hard. I mean, she may have to go at the repechage run, but I'm hoping that she can finish third. Who takes this race? Rashida Adeleke takes it. Alexis Home is second. Easy. That's an easy one too, I think. Who remember the contenders in the four? I have Nikisha, Kasmerek, Adeleke. I actually don't have an American, which is interesting. Paulino. I want to see Salwa in the semi before I decide whether or not she's a contender. But I think those are the four people that I'm really looking at for the medals. Yeah, yeah, those are the people I'm considering for the medals. There's a false start. So there's a false start. No, sir. Nasser is the biggest threat to prize. Yeah, Nasser, I've been talking about Nasser all season. She's definitely been running herself into shape, and I'm not underestimating her. The athlete in lane 8 unfortunately got disqualified. It was at Ecuador. Yeah, she's from Ecuador. She got disqualified. Oh yeah, and once you're disqualified, you're not eligible for the repechage round. I keep forgetting that this repechage round exists. So when people, things happen, I forget that there's another shot potentially. And she's such a cutie too. I like her. Nobody beating Paulina of the year. Price should get silver. Price a win goal. That may I stick to. You can't change up phone talk all you want. Price a win goal. You can't be demotivated all you want. You can't be sad all you want. You can't look down on Team Jamaica all you want. May I big them up same way. Goal, me say. One Jamaica. I threw my flag there right there again. Don't be mistaken. Um, but the race is off. Rashida Alilika has already gone off really blistering. Wow. She's really made up the stagger. Plus, Alexis Holmes has made up the stagger and Janelle Broomfield as well. Janelle, at second, we are trying to find out. Rashida, I don't understand some of the people when I run the VT, I know. But anyway, child, I guess you will come out of this because I think they might go too hard still. So here comes Rashida. She should be well ahead when she comes off this saga. Child, me not think this was necessary, but child. Anyway, come Janelle. Brock your neck and come up in the third place there. Try for the girl in the lane one. Come, push it. Yes, push it. Woo, come. Yes, she get it. She get it. Good job, Janelle. Good job. Good job, Janelle. Wait till she run off her budum no walk again. That the budum then not going nowhere. No care how she train it, not going nowhere. You know, see that would dump on her right. It's not going nowhere. That not going nowhere. Janelle make it, she make it. She me tell her, look here, Janelle out to prove that she can do it too. Me tell her she run with determination. You know, see how she run a Jamaica to make the team. I saw she run. I've been watching her. She's been running with determination to prove that no I do it, me can do it too. I mean, I depend upon no to be here. I can be here all on my own. Good job, Janelle. Good job. Happy for her. Happy for her. Let's check the times. So the time that she ran was Rashida Aleke ran 50.09. Alexis Holmes ran 50.35. Given the fact that Rashida started to cruise in the home 100, you know what I mean? But I do think that that first 200 was a burn up, but it is what it is. I guess they're practicing for the other ones to come. And we always talk about executing the first phases of your race anyway. So I guess that's okay. Alexis Holmes ran 50.35 and Janelle Broomfield ran 51.36. So Janelle run 2 rounds at it, mixturely I come back and I run our individual event. So it can be done. So if you are the people that want to talk about it can't be done, so Janelle is showing to say it can be done. Ooh, Rashida looks so good. And Rashida is so pretty too. Girl MCNS, the girl MCNS. Um, Nikisha look like she went for an easy Sunday morning jog. Yeah, man, Nikisha look awesome. You know why people are I look down for Nikisha, you know? But a goal, me say. Goal, I say. I can't stay there. I don't take one situation or moment and all of a sudden Jamaica now get no more medal. Jamaica this one no care again. All sort of something. No start sound really I do. You know, must stay there. We just there. What is me say? Therefore, I will going all the way up to it's now August the 5th, and Olympics are done August 11th. Mind you, I want to race August 11th, so really I done August 10th. We have 5 more days to go. We have 5 more days, enough more running I go on. Enough more jumping, enough more throwing. T, so training with that man works. How come you against that? I'm against it. I don't think when two persons that are in a relationship are working in the same environment, they can be productive 100%. I don't believe it. I don't believe so. Or I've yet to see the situation where you can be productive. One person always mind the other business too much. You know what I mean? Or focusing too much attention on the other and not getting their job done. You know what I mean? So I'm not for it. I'm not for it in my own personal life, as I said, and typically you don't necessarily see it work. Um, when people, so living together is one thing, you know what I mean. But training together too and all them, it taught me. Ask me how the husband and wife them train. Like let's use like the jumpers. We see Shanika Ricketts, her husband is her coach. Taylor Fond, her husband is her coach. You know what I mean? Them they figure it out. But those are just, a few. You know what I mean? For the most part, you can't have your people them that they have waste of time, that, So T, you see, you put back mama eye on the 4x4. No, sir, me not put back mama eye on the 4x4. Me sorry. She can run in the Eats, but me not have her in the final. She can run in the Eats, but she not running in the final. Mama eye can't run the finals. Me sorry, guys. Me not have her in the finals. Janelle is having her best year. Look here. Given how Janelle come out of champs around, Janelle should have faster than this long time. No, don't get me wrong, Janelle has had major setbacks in her personal life. She's lost many family members, including her mother, right? So she's had her struggles personally off the track that have set her back. But from a talent perspective, Janelle, if you have bun track long time, you know what I mean? That's pretty much what I want to see for Janelle Broomfield. I have nothing wrong. I have nothing personal against her relationship. I'm all for whatever athletes are doing. If you like it, I love it. You know what I mean? I have no comments on it there. But from a productivity perspective, as I said, I'm not for athletes training together if they're in a relationship. That's just how I feel. And if Elaine Thompson, Hera's husband, was a real coach, that would have worked out as well. Mr. Only can chat something, The problem with Elaine isn't coaching. Just remember, it's keeping her healthy, right? It's keeping her healthy. So not the coach are the problem. It's not the coach is the problem. It's the medical team is the problem. She needs to make sure that she have a good medical team. Noah train harder than Janelle. She spent too much time vlogging. No, Noah trains hard as hell. I know that for a fact. And you can listen to how he talks. When he sees people running harder, he even goes back and tries to, get some more training in. I remember last year, he ended his season. I'll never forget. He ended his season after winning the World Championships. And Christian Coleman go run 9.83 to equal his time that he used he won at the World Championship. And Noel I said, no. Me have to come out at season ending and come run one more race. That's what he said. He lost, at the end of the day, but still, that just goes to show the type of man that he is. He works hard. I would never take that away from Noel. He works damn hard. And I quoted the phrase, while others are sleeping, he's literally upward toiling through the night. So you can't steal it. That is no loss. So that is why I never underestimate him. Don't get me wrong. A Jamaica missed all the way. And I believe that Kishan could have won also. And I'm, sad that he didn't really win the gold, but I'm still happy that we won a medal. You know what I mean? I know next time though, Kishan gonna have him. When I ask you no questions asked, I know Kishan is gonna have him next time. You know what I mean? When it comes to oblique civil, I'm in 2 minds as I said about it. So make we see how that go. Um I think she would have a better 800. Janelle looks like she's struggling when she's running. Yeah, and I don't particularly like her form. Um, Janelle was a superstar at Champs. Yep, she was. I don't want Janelle in the heats. The Niam nor what? The eight. Child, I don't know what this mean, Dean. Janelle Strong. She won 2 rounds of the mixed relay and qualified for the semi-final. Give the girls some credit. Yeah, no. Me not take none from Janelle, guys. When I ask me who me I put in my relay, me I tell you no who me I put in my relay. Who no want get mad. I have nothing personal against Janelle. Me just has to make my relay and it doesn't involve Janelle in the finals. With the retirement of Shelley, could Van Alcott and his team be able to focus fully? It doesn't seem Ronaldo Walcott has the know-how or team to assist Elaine with her injury. So it has nothing to do with Shelley and Fraser Price, I don't believe. So guys, they're coming up with the women's 200-meter repertoire round now. So that's what's coming up now. Um, Paulina could have gone 48 right there, but you could tell she was racing hard until 300 meters. I believe she can. She can what? She was racing hard, yes, and I believe she could have gone 48 right there, yes. But what was the point? This is just the heat. No medals are given out here. So again, is she on pace to do 47? Is that what we're saying here? Or was it too much too soon? Natalia and Rashida ran the most. No, sorry, and Natalia ran the most evenly paced races. Yes, because when I think about the others, some of them had really fast 200s and then shut it off when they got into the home stretch. Some just look at it as ran hard all the way through, like a Marley Dupont, just shut it down in the last few meters. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think I can agree with that. I remember Mama had from Champs days, and she was way ahead of her accomplishment. She should be way ahead of her accomplishments by now, but she has emotional setbacks. She has a lot of emotional setbacks, lots and lots of emotional setbacks, right? So we're giving her the time. You know what I mean? Absolutely. So yeah, um, give her 1 or 2 more years. Mekusino. They could share the gold, but I guess it's the type of race. Not none you sharing no goal. Unless you are doing a field event or you tie down to the thousands and them can't separate in a goal now share. And people don't like share gold medal either. Guys, they're in the repertoire round for the 200s. So we soon done this a live stream because there's not much left on the track. And I don't know how things go. May have to go get some sleep because, child, I got no sleep last night because the 100-meter keep me up. Though I didn't check anything on social media, it kept me from sleeping. Um, See, I took holidays to support my Jamaican team. My nerves were sky high, so I'm invested in the performances. They owe me. You soon get your gold medal. You soon get your gold medal, Philip. You gotta get one, man. You gotta get a couple. You gotta get a couple. Wait. Just wait. Just go and wait. Just go and wait. I sense semifinals death coming. No. I don't think so. I think we can clearly see separation between, who is really the best athletes and who are not so there in terms of medals, that is, right? Oh, one athlete fell on the ground hurt. Um so with that said, we probably get two pairings in each semifinal. So we probably get a semifinal with Marley Paulino and maybe like a Nikisha Price, given the times that they run. You know what I mean? So you have to take those things into consideration, right? I think Natalia. I think is Nikisha the slowest of the top of the medal contenders? Was Nikisha the slowest of the medal contenders? Let me go look at the summary. Da, 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 da. Summary. I'm sure Missy Marley depending on the baby run faster. So I'm going to let me refresh. Okay. So the contenders, guys, that I have for medals, yeah. Nikisha Price was slower than Kazmarek, was slower than Marley Di Paulino, faster than Rashida. Salwa Inasa was faster too. Who else? Even though Amber Allen is running so well, I actually don't have her as a medal contender. Strangely, I don't know why, but I feel like she's not necessarily a medal contender for me right now. You know what I mean? So I'm not sure, though she's a really good runner. I don't really have her as a medal contender. So what we may see is two pairings of the best athletes, and there's nothing wrong with two pairings. You know what I mean? Because two pairings still gives you a good enough lane. You know what I mean? Even if you're second in your semifinal, right? So yeah, I don't see any semifinals of that coming up here. I mean, for the athletes that are maybe not medal contenders, it was probably going to be a burn up for them to try to make it into the finals, sure. But for the top people, no, I don't think they'll be challenged. And I don't think there'll be any difficulties with them navigating to the finals. Well, I'm on to the medal ceremony and the national anthems. I don't see any. I saw some yesterday, but I didn't. Oh no, we'll probably see them in the afternoon session. Maybe at the beginning of the afternoon session is when we'll see them. Kisha needs to set some weight. It will make him better. Let's see. Paulina is gonna face some issues if she runs fast. No, but she's gonna probably be required to run fast like that in the semifinal. Nothing wrong with that. But I was just kind of wondering why she was running so hard in the heat. And as I said, maybe she's gonna run 47. Tia glow flawlessly like a penny wall in a dark upper country. Black African, you have the weirdest things to say, but I love it. I've never heard these things before. You grow like a penny wall in a dark upper country. Thank you. I appreciate it. Child, you guys said some things. Tia don't sleep. My God. May I tell you, me not get no sleep neither. You want to see me? Let me tell you, see, before I start my day with a shower, right? So before I, got on here, you wanted to see me. I was a zombie, heading to the bathroom just to wake myself up. And look here, I use the coolest of the water because that made me wake myself up. Because my body was literally dead. I was like, come girl, we have to drag you up. I had to hold myself by my hairs. So how they cheer silver, Sharon, because they were tied down to the 1,000. As I said, there's no sharing unless you're tied down to the 1,000 and can't be separated, or you're tied even on count back in an field event. And it's interesting with the field events because what they do is they will start to make you. So let's use the high jump as an example, right? They'll start to lower the bar, and whoever clears the bar first is the winner, right? But what you can do is you can choose to opt out of that and share the medal, which is what we saw Barstream and the Italian do in 2021. They chose to opt out of that lowering of the bar and keep jumping and share the medal. But in reality is that if you want somebody tired and count back in the jumps, you know what I mean? They will start to have a jump off, and whoever clears first, or whoever is the first to fail, let's put it that way, is the one that is out, and the winner, is then shown after that. I don't think I've ever seen a tie in like the jumps and some of the throwing events as well. It's given it so hard to have ties there because what are the odds of you having the 6 same throws? That's damn near impossible, right? So I've never seen ties like that. So yeah, you find it hard for you have a tie in a one medal. Very, very hard. It's not easy. And when there's a tie, they find a way to separate you. See, me want Nikisha win the 400 meter cause me long for here with Anthem play. Me too. Me want hear with Anthem bad, bad, bad. What about Stacy? Second for Stacy. She made it through to the semi-final round. If we're talking about medals, no, I don't. I'm not looking at medals for Stacy. All right, guys. So that's pretty much it, for the live stream, guys. So let me tell you what's up later on, so I wanna know. I wanna know, and as a matter of fact, I wanna know if you come join to come realize, when I go on like say TXT track time now do our thing, what TXT track time. Well, not because honestly, you guys have been here, so thank you. But some people are going to TXT track time now do our thing around here. So what's coming up later on? At 12 p.m. the pole vault final for the women. At 12:04 the heats for the men's 3,000 meter steeplechase. 12:55 the men's 200 meter heats. 1:30 the discus through final for the women. 1:45 women's 200 meters semifinal. And we will hear that the semifinal after they finish these repechage rounds. That's when the start list for that will come out. And then at 2:15 the 5,000 meters for the women's final. And then at 2:47 the 800 meters finals for the women. Let me go look if there's no news on Natalia Gould. Natalia Goule. We not see nothing latest for Natalia. We not see nothing other than the fact that she filed one second protest. I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing anything right now. Not seeing anything, guys. So that is pretty much it. Woo! Wow, guys. Ooh, child, what is this? It's talking. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I was stuck for a second. Okay, guys. So it's been another day. I'll see you at minutes before 12, maybe like at 11:45 or something. I'll see you. But I'll be trying to get as much rest as possible, trying to get some sleep. I actually haven't even been eating properly. Child, after these 10 days, me gonna need something. Me gonna need some help because my body is going through it. I swear to you. So yeah, those are the events that are coming up later. So look out for that. Remember to join the stream, guys. Before you go, please remember to hit the like button as well. So I'll see you guys later, all right? I'm probably gonna do a wrap up video on this morning. I already see a while ago again 400 and so forth and 400-meter hurdles there. So I'm gonna do a wrap up video on what we saw this morning for you guys to digest a shorter video. So look out for that as well. But yeah, I appreciate you guys 100% always being here. Mwah. Thank you. Bye.